Okay. Okay. All right. Round of applause for me. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody out there. Hello, everybody. Hold on a second. Hello. Can you hear me? Can you all hear me? Happy Independence Day. Joining chat live from Antigua. Which Antigua? Antigua, Guatemala, or Antigua, the island? The beautiful island of the Caribbean. You, Jared. Anyway, thank you very much for coming. Thank you. I want to apologize for yesterday. I did not think I did a very good job yesterday, at least during this thing. And I might not have done a good job on a GB News later in the day. We're going to talk about that. Hey, Joodles. Hey, Simon Arnold. We've got 22 viewers so far. John Loins is here. It just says U.S. What says U.S.? What says U.S. here? Maybe I should put the flag somewhere. Maybe we should put the flag. We've got the flag because it's Independence Day. I'm becoming more and more patriotic, and but I love Britain too. But then I was told I'm too smarmy with you guys. I'm being too nice to you guys. That maybe is a mistake. Maybe this goes over here like this. Maybe this goes here. This goes here. Maybe that goes there. We're putting this here. We're putting the flag up. Thank you, guys. Everybody sign in if you can, if you want to. You can do what you want to do. You can do what you want to do. You can do what you want to do. How is that? How is that? Can you see that? I don't think you can see that. There we go. How about that? How about that? Because today is, yes, is that a bit better? There's my dad. I mean, I got lots of pictures. I should have put more pictures in. We got a lot to talk. I've got a lot to tell you guys, and you got a happy Traders Day. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we were traders. Yeah, we were traders. But we could talk about what would happen if America had stayed a part of Britain. And and this was like, let's say this was like Scotland or Wales or even part of England. What would have happened then? Hey, Claire. Hey, Alan, Ruben, Penny Bunny, good to see you. Mark, good to see you. He's half Armenian. What was that yesterday? Watch you on GB News last night. Patrick doesn't know how to handle you. This is just the inside dope because it's just us here in the beginning, but he does know. He knows he's laughing, and sometimes he's laughing and he agrees with me. But he's under a lot of pressure because we live in a police state, and he's got to respond a certain way. If I say something, he's got a whole list of things he's got to say, but the mainstream media say this. Hey, Leanne. Hey, beautiful Leanne. Happy 4th of July, all. It's everybody's 4th of July. I think the 4th of July made Britain a better country, too. We can discuss all of that. Don't discuss it right now. We can discuss it. Volume up. Okay, thank you. How is that? Is that loud enough? Can you hear any background noise? Let's see what else is coming on. So we're going to discuss July 4th, even though that's my second thing here. It's July 4th. I think it's important to the world. I think America is the greatest country in the history. Actually, I've said this before. Britain is the greatest country in the world because it created America in the same way that what's his name? And what's her name? Murray. What's the woman's name? I don't remember the woman's name. How she created Andy Murray. So she's better than Andy Murray. Because without her, there would be no Andy Murray. Hey there, Sam S. Good to see you. Thanks for coming. Jim Carter is here. Sounds good. Lucy is back in the house. She's a fan favorite. All the men love Lucy, including whatever. All the men love Lucy. Happy 4th of July. I'm enjoying a happy hour pint of Moretti for £4.30. Are you in London, Nonstick Nick? That's pretty expensive, happy hour. How is that happy? If that's half a price of a Moretti, which is very good. I think the Moretti is good, right? That means that a pint is £8.60. That sounds very high. I loved it when Patrick had to tell the public to go to the NHS if ill, and the left don't want to kill you, etc. I could be arrested for this. I'm not going to say who's concerned about this, but it's possible. I mean, I did pay for for Free Speech Union. So I don't know if they can. Judy Murray, exactly right. Ian Hakes, thank you very much. We got 25 viewers. Thank you. And Kinsey's here. Hey guys, how's it going? Everybody, we should everybody say how they're going to Kinsey. She wants to know. Not that she cares. Do you care, Kinsey? Yeah, it was. I was all right. I was in a mood. Now let me tell you something. I don't want to say good things about Anna and even Matthew and even Patrick. They're not. You know what I mean? But they're really good company, and they've got a good sense of humor. 32 people here. That is really great. Andrew Graham is here. That's really great. And Ruben is here. Hey, Kinsey. Sorry, not Kinsey. Kinsey. He's saying hello to Kinsey. And I think those people are great. Leanne's here. The normal price is £6.50 for in Bristol. I know Bristol somewhat well, but it's not central. Okay, so is that like 50% off? So they don't do 100. They don't do not 50. That's 25% off. They don't do 50% off. Okay, I quite like Matthew for a lefty. He's okay. He's okay. He's all right. I mean, most people are good people. Even the bad people are good people. I've met people who I would not have liked, and they were nice to me. But so you can't hate people. That's what makes. I'm not saying we're left or we're right, but that's what makes the right better than the left. Is that we don't take it personally. How many friends have I lost over the past year because I voted for Trump? Well, they thought I voted for Trump. I haven't voted in like 30 years. Do you need us to provide a physical security detail for you? It may be possible because people are very upset. I mean, maybe I should have apologized more for what I said. And I played it for friends, and they thought, well, whatever. I've told friends, and they think what I said was horrible. Was horrible. Did you take the shot, Lewis? I didn't. That's exactly the right way to ask a question, Penny Bunny. I really appreciate that. I've taken shots in the past. I did not take the COVID shot, no. I didn't take it. Luckily, I didn't take it. Okay. Hi, Kay. I've had enough things to worry about. My kidneys were damaged to begin with for years of whatever I did to them. Judel says never apologize. I agree with that. I do basically. But I mean, if someone you don't hate misheard a joke and thinks you're serious, you say, "I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I apologize if you feel bad about it." But I didn't, let me tell you, I didn't mean it. But if you believe it, you don't apologize. I am a 5 a.m. watcher. Good to see you back on the show this morning. Yeah. What's it like to watch it at 5 o'clock in the morning? I can't even get up. That's the time I go to sleep. That's the time I went to sleep last night. And I had a chicken wrap at my local place on Peckham High Street. Or it's Peckham, whatever. I'm sorry, you're too stupid to get the fact that it was a joke. Nah. Also, there are some people in the, in that community that are very, I'm going to tell you something that I found. Why are they thinking that I'm advocating doing bad things to them? Why? Because why are they afraid that something bad is going to happen? Because maybe it's real. Maybe the fear is real. So maybe I'm really wrong. It's like if you make a joke about killing Jews, I agree with you. It better be a loving joke. So Mark Thorson said he didn't take the shot either. And then I said, don't, what's going to happen? The police are going to come knock on my door. What do? We could talk about that. What do you do when the police come knocking on your door because they think what I did was a hate crime? And maybe they're going to arrest me. Okay? I don't know. People are too serious these days, Lewis. I mean, I got nothing in the calendar right now, so let them, I don't want them to arrest me. But I don't, I mean, somebody accused me of being a comedian, and I don't even call myself a comedian. I'm trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be too serious. People are too serious these days. Yeah, they are. They're very serious. I'm serious. How can you not be serious when people are talking about bringing the police in? There are a couple. I know in America, they'd be happy to hear this. They'd be go, oh my God, American comedian arrested for making this joke. making this joke. Hi, I often watch at 5 a.m. Lorna. Hi, Lorna. Maybe why when I woke up this morning and thought it was Saturday, because I used to be on Friday sometimes or on Saturday. PC jokes are unfunny and cringe. What does that mean, PC? Oh, politically correct jokes. Yeah, they can be, yeah, but sometimes that's all people can handle. People have a low comedy threshold right now. Last night's show was brilliant. I thought it was brilliant because I thought Anna was brilliant, and I thought Matthew was brilliant, and I thought they did a little clip of that where they actually videotaped it so well, where you could see Matthew like covering his head because I said, cover. He was so funny, Matthew. Leslie, I joined Free Speech Union earlier this year. Shame we have to do this. Yeah, well, there should be a free speech union. It's called the Second Amendment in the United States of America. Patrick didn't know what to do with himself except bang his head against the desk. He knows what to do. And that's very funny. And he is very funny. His problem is he's too good looking. What does wasn't mean, Leanne? What did you say wasn't? I needed an emergency operation and made me take it to get it done. My family all took it, so I went along just in case there were problems. So I wasn't happy to have the choice taken away. Yeah, Leanne, you're right, Leanne. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. They're forcing you. But this is what, they believe it's right. And we've given them the power because we go, the mainstream medical authorities. Don't grow a mustache like him. Yeah. No, I can't because I put tape on my mouth every night in order for me to sleep. Ruben subscribed. So make sure if you're joining in, you're subscribed. Matthew looks like a little mole. He's a bit fat. I told him he's fat, but otherwise he's attractive. I'm saying not a. We have a Magna Carta. I think possibly what? What does the Magna Carta do? Matthew looks better without the mustache. The glasses, and something. You lose weight, you look so much better. That's what happened to Josh. He shaved his beard and whatever he did, and he looked better. And then people took what he said. I mean, that's maybe my problem, is I look too good, and people think that I'm serious. Lewis, you need a managing moderator to put subscribers on mode only. What does that mean? You could be the moderator, Penny. Just tell me, put this guy on mode only. People need to subscribe to comment. You need that. Okay, all right. Subscribe to comment. It's not asking much subscribing. It doesn't cost any money, right? Okay. James S. is here. Thank you, James. We're up to 40. Maybe you're up to more. Matthew Torbett is the only lefty on GB News who sometimes makes sense and seems like he'd be fun to have a drink with. I haven't watched him. I mean, I hang out with lots of people that are my best friends are left-wing people, Reuben, King John 12:15. What did King John 12:15 do, Reuben? Oh, the Magna Carta. Yeah, it was important. But it wasn't exactly a complete freedom of speech the way the American Revolution and the American Constitution proposed it. Interesting, James. He's very different on X than on GB News. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, maybe he's sucking up to the people here. People say that's what I'm doing. Am I doing that? I'm not. People say, oh, you've been bought out by GB News. They're paying you to be on the show. Yeah, if I told you how little I'm making, honestly, even for you low-life people, it's so little. You were on with him once. Oh, was I on with him once, Lucy? Was I on with him the last time? I don't even remember. I'm not paying attention to the people on the show. It takes me a long time to get used to people. Liberty, almost. Yeah, almost liberty. Well, we need real liberty. I have no immune system now. This is what Leanne said because she took the jab now, but not be taking now. What does say this again? Tell me about it. I didn't bother me either way, really, but getting the choice taken away to save someone is backwards. So you're upset that they said to you, if you don't take this shot, we're not going to treat you. And meanwhile, you've been paying taxes all those years. You've been in this country, and you've been told you have a right to. There's nothing that says you can't get surgery unless you take this thing. Am I right? Am I right? There's nothing, and whatever it is, the Constitution, whatever you call the Constitution in this country, there's nothing that says it. But they're saying they've got this new rule because we're the NHS. We're the NHS, right? We are not low life. We aspire to high life, says Joe. Yeah, we want to do the best possible thing. I hadn't either till recently, James. This is what Judel says. Turns out he's much more radical than he comes across. This is this guy Torbett, I guess. We are not low life. We aspire to the high life. Okay. Yep, says Leanne. Penny Bunny says, they never took away your choice. You just thought they did. Exactly. That's exactly the problem. So you got to do it. We were sitting out there applauding the NHS. I don't want to say bad things about them because there's some really nice people in the NHS. They do some nice things. 46 watching now. Really great, Graham. Thanks for the info. Yeah, we are all peasants to Lewis, the legend. I would not go that far, but if you want to say that to me, it makes me happy. Penny, for saying that. I wish it were true. I'm thinking there are a few lefties who go on GB News, but totally disagree with them. Why should any lefties go on GB News? Why should it be like a balanced program? If GB News doesn't want it to be balanced, you don't have to have it balanced. I don't believe it should be balanced. There's a million TV channels. I'm watching in the bath. Is that wrong? If you send me a picture, it's wrong. Send me a picture. Don't send me a picture. I was prepared to, and when I ask for you people to send me pictures, don't send me pictures undressed, please. You're not doing that, but don't do that. I was prepared to lose my job because I didn't want the COVID jab. However, I wanted to go to America, so had to have it for the visa. Yeah, well, they went insane in America too because it's Team World. It's the globalists. Am I right about that? It's Team World. We don't need. It's Team World. Okay, Lewis, you are quite right. Ray the Balance. I'm against balance. We need our own channel. How many people are watching the BBC and being lied to? Why can't we have one channel that's lying to us in the opposite direction? Okay, we wish Lewis would do this show from the bath. Thank you, Mark, half Armenian. Thank you, Mark. Hey, Penny. Kate Gwynn is laughing at Penny because she's very funny. We got some very funny people here. We don't wish that, H.A., huh? What don't we wish? Oh, to see Lewis Schaffer take? I think I probably have a reasonably good body now. I mean, I weigh 81 kilograms. I've gained a kilo. I'm sorry, 81.3 kilo. Old School Pete. Hey, Old School Pete. Team Red Shield. What is Team Red Shield? Red Shield is something in America or something. Old School Pete. Where are you from? How old are you? Are you fat? The lefties make GB News shows more interesting. They do. That is a fact. Sorry, I was wrong. Yeah, it's like I get to scream at these people. I get to point at my girlfriend, Anna, and say to Anna, you and Matthew are two peas in a pod. You're right, Lucy. I agree with that. Steve Pirate. Steve, how are you? Can I do an offensive joke here? I feel the need to. More, I will get arrested. What does that mean? More, not more? What does that mean? Don't do any jokes, please. I'll have to. I don't know what I'll do to stop you, but don't. I could press a button or something. Don't. You'll get arrested. You could get arrested, yeah, for saying you've done an offensive joke on this thing. You know, everybody knows there's a warning about Lewis Schaffer. So, okay, you're Scotland in the 40s. Are you fat? Are you fat? Hi, Leanne. Again, Judels and Andrew, you need to be able to take a joke. Yeah, we need to take a joke. I mean, I'm pretty good at taking jokes. I don't get offended that much because people, if they're telling me a joke, it's because they want to make me laugh. So you can't get offended at that. You get offended if someone's taking a joke. You said you don't notice your co-panelists. You noticed Anna. Yeah, Sorry. Sorry. I mean, maybe I'm not gay. I know people think that I'm gay, but I'm not gay. Team Nationalists, that's what we are. We're Team Britain. We're Team Israel. We're Team America. Seems Jeremy Corbyn is making a new party. I think it's a smart idea because the Labor Party isn't the party for him, or the growing Muslim community. So they should have their own party. And why would the Muslims want to join with the Green Party? They're so. I mean, I like the Greens personally, and I like fighting for green causes. But I don't know whether the Muslims like them. I thought Anna looked nice last night. She did look really nice. She did look really nice. She's got good hair. She's got good skin. She's a good girl. She's a good girl. I mean, I'm afraid to say anything. Maybe she's going to hear this and say, "Oh, I was offended." Not that she's going to say that. She might not say it, but you know what I mean. Anna secretly wants in Lewis's knickers. Penny Bunny, thank you very much. I don't think that's to be the case. This is what happens on the TV. People flirt with each other. That's why they're so shocked when they find out that somebody's actually having sex with somebody on the cup, because everyone is flirting with each other. Why would anyone buy and sell on Vinted today? What? Why? I thought Ian. You're asking Kate Quinn. Kate Quinn is asking Ian. Mark Thorosian says, I'm not gay either, in spite of my seeing Lewis in the bath comment. Not that there is anything wrong with that. Yeah, we live in a free world, and the world is getting less and less free. Less and less free. Okay, Lewis, have you ever been injected with Botox? I should. Maybe this thing here. Should I get that injected? Have you been, Ruben? Remember the rule. The rule is if you ask Lewis Schaffer a question, you've got to say, I've been thinking about Botox. I actually had Botox. What do you think about Botox, right? Leanne, don't be sorry about liking Anna. She's an all right lady. I think she is. She's all right. She's got a very good sense of humor about me, and that's what matters. Did you get her number? I didn't get her number. I think that would be a bit pushing it. Scenes, okay, so there we go. So can you tell she likes Lewis, Penny? Do you think that, Claire? Do you think that, or just because you like me? I remember That was the week that was. A member of the public asked a panelist to stand up before he punched him on live TV. I'm thinking Anna's husband may repeat that event. Well, that was was that a comedy program? 50 people watching now. That's amazing. Thank you, Kinsey, for the news. I mean, yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm becoming semi-famous, and maybe that's a mistake. That's a mistake. Knowing me, I'll stop being famous in a minute, so I'll be all right. But, let's be nice to each other. Lewis, stop caring about what everybody thinks. Well, you heard it. You heard what Jared says about that was the week that was. People, I don't want people unhappy. I don't want them unhappy that they're calling the police on me. But, if they call the police on me, I mean, I know what to do in America if they call the police. I don't know what to do here. What do you say to the police? Do I have to answer them? Do I have to say this is intimidation and you can go at, what do you say? What do you say? So, Bernard Levin, did he get punched? Is that the guy who got punched, Lucy? Laugh out loud, Lola, says Penny Bunny to Lola. Lewis just pretends he cares, but he doesn't really. What's it called? I don't know. Do you care? Do you care, Penny Bunny? Lola, do you care? We do care. But what is comedy? Comedy is really caring. It's caring too much. We're sitting in an audience. Who called the police on you, Lewis? I don't know. Somebody on Twitter. You say, call my solicitor. I don't have a solicitor. Should I say, call up Free Speech Nation? I don't know. What do I say? Kinsey, do I get my solicitor? If the police come, never answer the door. Yeah, I got the door. I'm going to answer the door. Anna is lovely. Matthew never lets her speak. Well, there's always a complaint about that. And the thing about women is that they're very gentle, some of them mostly nice. And they want men because they're so used to men listening to them. Like when I'm with a woman, I'm always listening because we want, that sounds horrible. You're definitely not gay. Your reaction to Anna says it all. Thank you, Susan. My reaction to you says it all. I've joined Free Speech Union, Joodles. Yes, I have. Nothing will happen to you here. Trump will not tolerate it. Well, maybe. I mean, but what's her name? Lucy Connolly's still in prison. We are fierce, not always gentle. That is true, Joe. You're fierce and not always gentle. The problem is that women, they don't want to seem rude in public, so they let a guy. Andrew Graham, I'm not allowed to mention it. But yes. Okay. We can hear your assistant typing. He's very fast. He is very fast. But Lucy is not American. What are you saying about Lucy? I don't get what Lucy says. Says Lucy. I think he gave a bad review of his wife's play or something. Oh, Bernard Levin. Yeah. Yeah, well, with me, I would never do that. I would never do that. If you may give a bad review, I'd shrug my shoulders. I'm not going to defend you, women. You're going to defend me. I wish I could defend you. I'm not going to defend you. Police, anything you say will be taken down and used in court. Your text or words should be, please don't hit me again, officer. Yeah, well, I mean, I was walking down the street in Westminster or something, and they were arresting somebody or something. I don't know what they were doing. And I asked the cop there, I said, what's going on? And he basically said, it's none of your business. And I got kind of offended because I wasn't familiar with how things were in America. Anna asked me if I liked her hair. So is she gay? If you liked her hair? No, because, all women are flexible. You said she's in jail, but you have Trump. So but I have Trump because you're American. Yeah, well, Trump helped me. I think Americans, I'm not going to rat on the country. I don't rat on the country, but, they will find out that I've been arrested for making this joke. What joke did you make? I made a joke. Was it a funny joke? Not particularly funny, but I didn't mean to hurt anybody's feeling. Okay. Will you move back to the States to retire, Lewis? I'm never going to retire. My father never retired. He was 77 years old, died of a stroke, basically. A classic one, true story, arrested somebody, and they yell out, stop hitting me, brought back a memory. Wasn't me, laugh out loud. What does that mean, Joe? A classic story, a true story, is the police arrested someone, and they yell out, stop hitting me. I think we need more punctuation. It brought back a memory. The only rule with police is no comment. Okay? After 15 years of marriage, I have to say that the evidence of women not speaking much is minimal. Well, if they like you, they talk to you. But if women don't like you, they're not talking to you. Am I right? Rest in peace, my dad. He was a nice guy, my dad. Here's a picture of my dad over here. He was a nice dad, Penny Bunny. Thank you very much. Susan's not that I spend any time thinking about my dad, and we're not crying this show. We've cried 4 or 5 times this week. You should have your own show, Lewis Schaffer Uncensored. Well, it's very important that we speak openly and honestly. I'm not saying you have to. It's me. It's my show. I should speak openly and honestly. You should know that I'm speaking openly and honestly. It can be a bit cringy, but come on, guys. Punctuation, please. Yeah, that's also spelling. Okay, but thank you very much, Susan Stevenson. Okay, hi, Mark. Kerry says hello to Mark. He's half Armenian. Okay, Ofcom wouldn't allow. They wouldn't allow that. They wouldn't allow. Yeah, who knows what Ofcom allows. The problem with censorship is not that it punishes what we say, because most of the people, is that it punishes what we hear. We want to hear what's going on, and they're saying, no, you can't say that. You can't say that. Absolutely, Lewis. This is why we like you so much. You are what you are. Thank you very much. I'm trying my best to do that. The producer doesn't like when I say that. Anyway, and when I say whatever, but my ex, whatever it is, Rose, she says she thinks this is the most authentic I've been. Most authentic show I've been. And she has seen a lot of Lewis Schaffer's show. I think when reform gets in, things will change. Well, let's put our fingers together. Let's hope this government changes. Let's hope whatever things change. People get arrested all the time in my neighborhood. Okay? Where is your neighborhood again? Not enough likes, people. The button's there for a reason. Yeah. Can we like? Can you go on Facebook and say, hey, watch Lewis Schaffer. You were brilliant last night, Lewis. I've just joined. Thank you, Kerry. I assume everyone else said the same. Most people, not everyone liked it. Yeah, but most people liked it. Yeah, they did like it. Will you get membership soon? I need 1,000. Once you get to 1,000 subscribers, you'll have ads and make money from YouTube. Or maybe they'll ban me because they think what I'm saying is horrible. People will make complaints and cancel me. Possibly. I'm thinking about maybe going on Twitter. What do you think about that? Is that possible? What are you holding? I'm holding, it's a, what do you call this? There's nothing in it. I found it on the street. It's a vape. I found it on the street. Okay, Joodles. Have you been bin dipping for empty vapes? No, I find them on the street. They've been thrown away next to I don't go into the bin. Okay, we will cancel them. Okay, Ruben says, do you have dual citizenship? Just being nosy again. Do you have dual citizenship? Ruben, come on, let's play the game. Even Paul Joseph Watson has a monetized YouTube channel. You'll be fine. I like that guy, Paul Joseph Watson. Do we like that guy? I like him. Since being part of this great group, seeing Lewis on TV last night, it felt like a friend of mine was on there. That's a really good compliment. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think of you as my friends, even though you're worthless people. You're horrible, horrible people. I've got much better friends than you. But it's good to think of... don't say that, Joodles. Don't say that. That's in my mouth. Right back at you, Ruben. Yeah, that's what I feel. I don't have dual... I don't want to say what citizenship I have. I should apply, maybe. I love your show, Laura Hutchinson. I'm not a PC person, so say what you like from me. Unfortunately, we've got 50 other people watching. I like Paul for his views, says Penny Bunny. But he's not a nice guy in real life. Well, do you think I'm a nice guy in real life? Let's think about me as a person. Me as a person. Okay, Kinsey's laughing. Okay. You don't like who, Lucy? Can you just say, I don't like Paul, comma. Can you write that so I know you're talking about? What don't you like about Paul? What don't we like about him? Lewis, why are you so rude to us? Actually, because Rose said I'm too nice to you guys. Because I'm afraid if I'm too nice to you, you're not going to like me, basically. And because I have such a desire, okay? I feel like I'm sat in the same in the room with you. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I wish I could see your faces. Maybe we could do like a whatchamacallit, a Zoom. But you don't want to show your faces. Okay, I have much better friends than you. Is the best comment you've ever made. Yeah, I do. Yeah, some I do. I don't, and I don't have very many friends at all. I don't have. My neighborhood is Eastbourne, Lewis. A year ago, I'll send you a picture of me in Eastbourne. Hampton Park, to be precise. Be careful. Don't give out your address here, because I won't be the only one visiting you. Penny Bunny, Lewis came on a dinghy. Yeah, it was Virgin Atlantic. Anyway, I will sign your citizenship application, Lewis. Thank you very much. No, you're a nice guy. Some people have said I'm not a nice guy. I'm not a nice guy. I'm a nice guy because... I've broken a few girls' hearts, and I'm on the wrong side of their political belief system. Not theirs, even men. And they think I'm going to harm disabled people, which is totally not true. Okay, I know people who've worked with Paul, and he's not a good guy. Yeah, well, you know what it is. Yeah. That doesn't mean he's a bad guy. Maybe he is a bad because you work with him. We are interesting people, tough, and can take it, so just be nice. Normally you'd say, we can take it. We're interesting people. You don't be nice. Don't be nice, you might say. What denies here? What deny? I'm almost here. I had to go to the shop with my wife and grandson. Okay. Well, you seem like a much younger person than you are. When I'm live, people say the same to me, Lewis. This is what Penny Bunny says. They say it's like being in the room with me. It's good to engage with your audience. Well, when I'm on stage, people think that they know me. Rose thinks you're too nice to us because she doesn't like us. Yeah, maybe she's jealous. Yeah, that could be what it is, Lucy. That's a good point. Will you do a parasite clean? Be interested. What is a parasite clean, Lewis? John Van Dam. be interesting for all of us. What does that mean, a parasite clean? Okay. I'm narcissistic, but that could be bad, you know? It could be really bad. Be horrible to us, Lewis. It makes us laugh. And that's also the other thing. You know, it makes people laugh. And if you can't laugh at me saying I'm going to go shoot you, you know, as a joke, that means you can't handle a joke. So you know what it means? It means if you tell me I'm collecting disability, it means I'm going to have to be worried about being your friend, you know? I want to be able to call you fat and not lose you as a friend. You know, we all love you, Lewis, because you're nice and funny and hot. That's basically all I care about. Am I hot? Do you find me hot? I had Lewis in a school theater lady night. What does that mean? Is that I did a school theater and a lady night? I've done a couple of those. I would hate Zoom, especially yesterday when my grandson put a toy in my hair and I couldn't remove it for ages. Yeah, this is all right so far. Maybe it'll be better. I was on fire last night on GB News, says Joy Earls. Well, welcome to the show. We got over 53 people. That's fantastic. Hi, Joodle, says Joy Earls. Yes, you're hot. Thank you, Kerry. Are you hot, Kerry? I believe you're hot. Okay. Yes, Claire. Lewis is a hottie. Thank you. That's what I like to hear. What about some guys saying nice things about me, too? I told my friends she's a slag she's a slag the other day. We're still friends. She's still a slag, though. Yeah, you could laugh at it. And she could say, you know what, I'm a slag. And you know what, I don't mind being a slag. And I'll tell you something about Lewis Schaffer. You know, it's all this, like, body count. I don't like women because they had a high body count. I don't care. I don't care about that. Look what I'm doing. Look what I'm doing. I'm smoking this. Because I found this on the street somewhere. You can call me whatever you want, Lewis Rubin. I have a very thick skin and a sense of humor, I hope. Yes. Okay. Yes. I'm boiling. Who says that? Is that me boiling? Lewis spiked the punch at prom. Should have. I might have. No. Yes, I know. 56. We're moving on up. Lewis, I bet you're very popular with the gays. Yes, in a way. I think they can sense my gayness. My 29 likes. Up. That's half the people who are here. That's great. Thank you, Lewis. You are amazing too, Alan Williams. You know who likes Alan Williams? Lucy. I think Lucy does. I shouldn't give away the game. Let's see. Lewis is a handsome dude. Thank you, Joy. Appreciate that. Kate Gwynn is laughing at Joodles. JDM, welcome back. I haven't seen you in a couple of days. It's the 4th of July. It is. We'll talk about the 4th of July. No, thankfully my daughter-in-law removed the thing from your hair. But I'm almost desperate because you're online probably if that was happening. People watch it, you don't want something in your hair. Lewis is straight with a ripple gayness running through him. Yeah, I guess I'm straight. But you know, you look at a good-looking guy, and you know something about guys. No guy ever stopped me from seeing my kids. So you can't hate a guy. And guys, you know, let's say they're not good looking in a classical woman way, but they're good. They can be good looking. Great show last night, Lewis. Do you think Patrick enjoys it, or does he secretly resent the fuss? He looks like he is having fun. I can't speak for Patrick, even though I know the answer. I think people watch it. It helps ratings that this is going on. I think a guy never stopped me from seeing my kids. Yeah, if you want to write down all these comments, you know, we could use them in the Lewis Schaffer book. How much money would you accept for a man to do you, Lewis? How much money would I have to pay? Joodles, are you thinking about that? Tour de France starts tomorrow. Go Vingegaard. That means, who is Vingegaard? What country does he come from? I like bicycle racing. I know a lot about bicycle racing. I liked bicycles when I was a kid. I've got bicycles here. I don't do them anymore because I fell and I had trouble. But yeah. If Lewis was to do a drag act, who would he impersonate? Barbra Streisand. Suggestions, please. Ruben, I'm blocking Ruben because I've asked him so many times to say, I think you have to do your own creativity on this something. I bet Patrick likes the ratings because you're the best they've got. That's not a compliment to me. You got to say, because you're the best, Lewis, not the best that they've got. What, there's somebody better on other shows? No. GB News are doing him for very little money. Is that me? Yeah. And it doesn't cost much money. Maybe it does. I don't know. I like being on GB News. I like the people there. It's good practice for Patrick for when he has his kid. He handles you rather well. I think he does. He puts his hand, he says, and then he has to say something. He says, Lewis, it's like the same thing with what Andrew Doyle used to do. He says, I got to say this. I don't believe this. Or maybe he says, I can't got to say this. Keith Bexley, are you new to the group, Keith? The Lewis Schaffer book. What's the Lewis Schaffer book? Yeah, write all the funny things that I've said, maybe. Where is Lorraine? Who is Lorraine? There you go. My hair looks good. You're the first person to say that, Claire. That's why I love you. What about you, Ruben? Does my hair look good? I don't think it looks that great. But thank you for saying it. Because you can see the thinness here. It's a little bit thinner than it used to be. You were like Tina Turner. You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. That's what people want, And maybe I'm the best for GB News because I speak for the GB News audience. Lewis. All right. We were writing all your quotes yesterday on Discord. Okay, that's brilliant. Andrew Doyle was great. I never liked him at first. Me neither. I didn't like him at first. But over time, not from the TV show, from years ago. But I loved him at the end. He's one of those really good guys. He's a good guy. He's a caring, good guy. I would say something, like joke to him about how bad a person he is or him being, whatever it was. And he'd come up to me and says, I hope I haven't offended you, Lewis. I like you. It was so nice. It was just so nice. And round of applause for Andrew Doyle. Anyway, so let's get back to the point. Let's just hope the police don't knock on my door. If the police knock on my door, I think that'd be interesting because it would make all the news. It would make the news. I would make it make the news. Okay? I would make it. What else am I doing? My kids can take care of themselves. It'd probably make my kids, one kid happy here because I'm not taking up all of his bedroom, living room, office. What was the name? What was his name? Frankie Howard in Up Pompeii. You were like Frankie Howard. Yeah, he's great. I never liked people. I never liked the English acts until I lived here a while. And then I realized how hard it is to be funny. Because English people, that you think that the reason why it's hard to be funny here, you think you're the funniest people on earth. And you're also not allowed to say everything that you want to say. So everything has to be slid in there. Yes, we love Andrew Doyle, big time. He made a difference to news and current affairs in the UK. Yes, he did. A lovely guy. But can I just say this? There's so many other people who are working at GB News that I also are really fond of. The best of the best. Nick said Andrew pushed you off a chair so hard your shoes fell off. Which Nick said this? Nick Dixon? He did. It was a real push. Because he's probably 2 years worth of being angry at me. If the police knock on the door, you have to live stream it. Yes. How do we live? Yes, I'll have to put it. Maybe I should get my phone ready for it to be live streamed. What do you think about that? I'll have to live stream. I'm going to live stream it. Yeah, what do you want? I'll have to put on some trousers and maybe a pair of underpants. Just too many good quotes. We should do a poll for you, the most favorite. Yeah, you should do that. I'll retweet it if you do it. Just discovered the Tiny Chef Show on YouTube. Anyone seen it? It's so cute and hilarious. Who told me about the Tiny Chef Show? Someone told me that they love it too. Yes, Lewis, definitely stream them. Says Penny Bunny. Pogatat. We're not talking about other TV shows. We can talk about other acts. Patrick called you a fan favorite. Yeah, that was great. Yeah. Thank you to all of you people for making me a fan favorite. Thank you for going on to Your Say. Thank you, Ruben, for subscribing. Thank you for going on to Your Say, for saying nice things about me. Try not to be mean to other presenters on the program because they don't deserve it that much. And don't be mean to people that I'm mean to. too much. Nate Virgo comes in. N8 Virgo. He's here. You're coming in late. We got 55 people watching. You're a gang member. SWAT incoming. Yeah, it could be that. It could be they could break down the door. Break down the door. It'd be an embarrassment to Southwick because they've been working in front of my flat and they haven't fixed it yet. Yours say was going crazy when you were on in a good way. That's good to know. I couldn't see it because I couldn't see it. I should have seen it. Hey, Crocs. N8 is called Crocs. Yeah. How do you unsubscribe anyone? No, you're not unsubscribed to that? I don't know. Joodles, I also had a little problem with his name, Crocs' name. Whose name? N8. He's changed his name a couple of times. I can't be bothered with Patrick's show. I only watch when you're on or Adam Brooks. I put Talk TV on. You're allowed to. If you only want to watch when I'm on, you could do that. Yeah, you could do that. I mean, until I get a contract from GB News, until they give me money, and then I'm part of the team. I mean, I don't feel that loved. I mean, I don't feel unloved, and I'm being loyal. I mean, am I loyal to them? I don't know. I shouldn't talk like this. Should I talk like this? I don't know. Will they be upset? I like the live Patrick show on tonight. Yeah, there's a big audience. It's always great with an audience. I'm good with an audience. You should have me on, the best biker on the planet. Because I'm not on any other live program on the thing. Hey, let me take a 2-minute break. Should I take a 2-minute break? Pogacar is a cyclist. Yeah, you do cycling too, don't you? He'll be on Tour de France. Sean Kelly is the Irish commentator. Cannot pronounce his name, and it makes me crying. Didn't he ask? He asked, what's his name? Are you cheating? He asked Lance Armstrong. I read a ton of Lance Armstrong books, and I saw his. I saw him on the Am I against cheating in Tour de France? I like James Whale's show, but he's very ill now. Yeah, probably because he looks diabetic. He should have cut back on the carbs, basically. You got to cut back on the carbs. I'm in the Lewis Schaffer gang too. Thank you, Claire. What about you, Joodles? Are you in the Lewis Schaffer gang? What about you, Kerry P? Okay, but the truth is we're gonna talk about that today. I know you're all going to a big picnic and you're going to eat so much food, but there are ways to eat less on Independence Day. I'm kidding. Of course, you're not going to anything. I don't even think about St. Patrick's Day. I was living here so long, I don't think about it. My friend went to 2 Mets games, so I'm thinking about the Mets. I can't be thinking about America and here. I'm sorry. Okay. So what does Nate Virgo says? Your friend, the one who called you a slag, he's asking Kate Quinn a question. What's her phone number? He wants her phone number. Every woman is a slag, but very few women are not slags. And by slags, it could be as many as 2 to a guy. That's why I don't care. You can have. Should you have 1,000 guys? Yeah, if you want to have 1,000 guys. Oh, here's how you handle being asked, what's your number? How many men have you had sex with? I'm going to tell you how you answer it. You say none of your business. You be like, remember in The Godfather, when he said, have you killed anybody, Don, whatever her name was, the wife. I heard you killed somebody. Did you kill, whatever? And he goes, no, I never did. He lied to her. He never did. And then he said, just this once, I'm going to answer honestly. Just this once. I never killed anybody. Go have a bratwurst. No, I think that was my problem yesterday. I had a bratwurst, and I think it brought me down. I haven't eaten a lot today. I mean, I put a picture on Twitter of me having steak, but then I didn't eat the steak. I just had the eggs. Lewis, what do you think is the difference between American humor and British humor? Okay, like you said, you don't get British humor totally. I don't always get American stuff, except the late, great Don Rickles. British humor, what British people like to do is they like to have in-jokes amongst their friends about somebody else. They like to make fun of someone to their face while their best friend who's next to them is like laughing. Wow, you really put that guy down. And that guy maybe didn't understand that he was being put down. Lewis travels the country, staying overnight with fans. Lewis Schaffer sleeps around. I'm writing that down. I don't think that's a very good idea, but I'm writing that down. I don't think that's a good idea at all, but I'm writing it down. Lewis Schaffer sleeps around. Now, the reason I'm not upset about women being slags is because I'd like to be a slag, or maybe I'm a slag. You know, I mean, there are times I have not been a slag. I've lost all of the ability to get whatever. Christo does Talk TV and GB News. Yeah, why not? Maybe I haven't been asked on. I was asked on. I've been on Talk. Maybe I don't even know what I've been on. We are all slags. Okay, then, lovely. We never say, never tell a guy. You tell him to mind your own. What do you think? You say to a girl, you know what? I'm 42 years old. You think I'm only had sex with you? You know, mind your own business. Don't even say that. Just tell him to F off. I'll write it down. It's not a good idea. I'll write it down. I think it's a very good idea. Lewis Schaffer sleeps around. It's for a tour. It's for a tour. It's for a tour. Okay. Because why should men know how many times you've had sex? Because we actually believe, and this is where I'm going to say this over and over again, that a small thing causes diseases. And so if you have sex with somebody, a small little thing from a man's, it's not the best thing to have sex with lots of different people. The best thing is to get married and to stay married and to love the person you're with. Love the person you're with. Okay? Right? 42. Leanne, who is the woman who laughs very loudly? Is it you? Leanne asks, it takes a lot of energy to be a slag. You can be really bothered. Well, it does take a lot of energy because you think it's going to be amazing, and women, and very few women can have sex with guys and not feel. And men, we can have sex with girls, but then there's also the chance we can have sex with girls and we love you and marry you. And we think, oh, we got to marry you. Next thing you know, you got 2 kids. Lewis would make a great guest on Mike Graham's show. Would I? All right, put me on, Mike. I haven't been for a few months, Leanne says, but it totally takes it out of me, so probably not. So I'll try again soon and try and mention the Schafferettes. What is that too? I don't know. I've lost my. Can I go in the? I'm afraid if I go in the other room, I'm going to miss all these comments. Okay, but I'm going to go to the other room and get some water. Do you mind? Can someone talk to me? Do you mind? Maybe because you call them. Yeah, it could be that, but it's not that because I've never called a girl that. I've never ever called a girl that. Okay, I'll be back. Okay. All right. I had some water. That's a bit better. That's a bit better. I mean, I've never asked a girl how many men. I've never asked a girl. I'm good in that way. I think I'm good in that way. Okay. Just for clarity, I don't call women things like slags. I'm just running with what Lewis Schaffer handed me. I've mostly called girlfriends babe or honey or their name. You got to be angry at somebody to say that. Okay. Kerry, yes and no. Okay, yes and no. I don't know. The point is, thank you very much. I just got a glass of water. We're groupies. Lewis Schaffer's like a rock star. Yeah, sure. Well, if I'm like a rock star, I'd like to live a life of a rock star. As one of those fly-on-the-wall programs, it would be funny to see Lewis just arriving at fans' houses and staying the night. Nothing sexual, just the whole interaction. Well, nothing sexual. Anyway. Okay. Kate Gwynn has broken a rule already. You've broken the rule. We love you, Crocs. You've broken the rule. No, Penny Bunny, you've broken the rule because she broke the rule. She's on thin ice. She's on thin ice. Okay, you obviously had your orders, Lewis. Sadly, I've had my orders. I have my orders. I've had my orders, and I've had my orders. Nothing sexual, no deal. Yeah, should there be a question mark in that? The rule is, we've got 3 rules. I'm not going to say what the rule is. I heard there's always a July 4th hot dog eating competition on Coney Island. What are your thoughts on competitive eating? Rachel, which is one of my favorite names ever. You know that, Rachel. And what do you think? What do you think? What are your views? Remember, if you ask me my views, you've got to tell me what your views are. No, Claire. Okay. Yeah, there's that rule. I mean, because my mother left me and went to a mental hospital when I was a child. I don't like to be told goodbye. You don't have to say goodbye. I'm not going to miss you. I may miss you, but I'm going to miss you double if you make a big scene about it. Yeah. I mean, that doesn't mean we don't miss you. That doesn't mean that when we see you, we go, oh, we haven't seen you in a while. We're really happy to see you. I mean, I don't even know why I'm saying we. I'm just speaking for myself. And we don't say goodbye to people, even people that we really, really, really like. And everybody here we really like. What's your favorite girl's name? Lewis. Here's rule 4. What is rule 4? Rule 4 is, if you're asking me a question like I have an answer that's going to be more interesting than other people, you have to tell me what your answer is. Okay? You got to tell me what your answer is. Okay? So if you're going to ask me, Kerry, what is your favorite girl's name, Lewis? My favorite boy's name is. And then you tell me what your favorite boy's name is. And you tell me why it is. And then I'll tell you what mine is. Isn't that fair, everybody? Shouldn't everybody have to participate in it? Leanne says Gertrude is my favorite girl's name. When my mother went to the mental hospital when I was a child, my father got a live-in cleaning lady to look after us. And her name was Gertrude. And she was from Germany. It is Rachel. Oh, you were making a joke. Did I say that that's my absolute favorite name? It could be. And her name was Gertrude, and she was from Germany. And this was probably 1962 or something, so it was only like 17 years after Auschwitz. I shouldn't mention that name. My favorite girl's name is Boudica. Boudica, well, she was a brave Brit. We're the descendants of Boudica. We're the people of Boudica. Amber, not Amber anymore. Not Amber anymore. You realize, Lewis, that we really actually participate on average of 50 times more than you do. Why is that? Why do you participate more than I do? Favorite color? Yours is red. Why is yours red? It's like when people say, what's your favorite color? I guarantee you, if one of the colors were not there in the rainbow, you'd miss it. You'd miss it. Oh, it was a joke. Okay, it was a good joke. Also, maybe rule 5 is I don't have a good sense of humor, so you're going to tell me you're having a good sense of humor. How old was she? Who are you speaking to, Max76? Rachel. Yeah, Rachel was Rachel. I was in love with a girl. I'm not going to say what her last name. She went to school with me. And it was a very, I'm not saying it was a common name, but it was a common name for girls who were born in 1957. If you look back, it's like, certain names in America, like Harriet, my mother's name, there were no young Harriets, but there are lots of young Harriets here. I had a girl called Lisa, but if a boy would have been Lewis. Very, very good. Damn it, H.A. What does H.A. mean again? Happy 4th of July, Lewis. Thanks for spending part of it with us. Canada's Toronto Blue Jays baseball team just swept a 4-game series against the New York Yankees. Wow, so Toronto is doing really well. The point is, that doesn't really sadden me because I'm a New York Mets fan, but it still doesn't make me happy either, but doesn't make me super sad. Mark's favorite name is Joodles, Kinsey, Leanne, Kate, Kerry, and Perry, and Penny. What about Lucy? What about Lucy? What about the other girls' names? Is Leanne mentioned? Leanne is mentioned. What about Joy? Joy's a girl, right? So you got to mention the name. My son is called Jack. So that's my favorite name. Yeah. I mean, the mother of my kids wanted my kids to be named Rory. Okay, actually, my favorite name is Lewis. In America, that's not such a great name. You don't have to lie to me, but I appreciate it. If I had a daughter, I would have called her Hildegard. Yeah, it's a very Germany name. I don't mind Germans anymore. There are a lot of countries a lot worse than Germany now. They've had their day. They said they were sorry, and they promised never to do it again. My woman is giving me shite because I bought a new guitar and a pair of cowboy boots and made a woman laugh in the petrol station. Is that true, Steve Pirate? That because you have a guitar and a pair of cowboy boots? My mom was Marina. Well, I knew Marina. She came on the channel. Girl, sputter laugh. I'm not lying, Lewis. It is. Okay. It's got to be somebody's favorite name. People are naming themselves Lewis. They must be. It must be their favorite name. You're not naming your kid your unfavorite name, right? Anyway, sorry to hear the ladies I missed out. I'm not lying. Okay. So Judel said, I had an Auntie Marina, Joy Earls. It is a Northern Irish thing. Marina, there was a time in Britain and America too, where people named each other Spanish names a lot, right? A lot. My youngest son is called Rory. It's a good name. I don't think it's a bad. My mother suggested it, and I wanted to have a unique name. Why are you laughing, Judels? I'm serious. Are you really serious? Hildegard? Because you're an elitist, Lucy. That's what you are. You like all sorts of arts and stuff. Joy Earls had a brother called Maurice. That's an old school name. My father was Murray, and because it's like Morris. Typos. My son is called Lewis. Thank you very much, Kerry. Okay, I appreciate that. You could say you named him after me. My eldest son is called Daniel. I had a car that was a Marina. Hildegard Van Pelt. No, the child would have been named Hildegard Schaffer. Think about that one. It makes even funnier, Lucy. It makes it funnier, Lucy, if you are being serious. Lucy, do you like Nigel? The name it's so funny. Well, it's one of those old English names that have a lot of water under the bridge. You don't name a kid Nigel. Yes, I'd name him after his father, according to Kerry. My dad had a Marina in the 80s. Is that a type of car? Was that the name of the car? I don't know. Is that the name of the car? They got rid of all the old cars from the 80s. So where are we? We're back on track. So we're still waiting for the police to come. Okay. Maybe they're listening to see what I say on this thing. Maybe they'll go back and listen to all of these shows. We're now on 24 shows. That could be 50 hours of stuff that my producers had to listen to. Vera is a very old-fashioned name, and Isa, both were my nana's names. Yeah, and when you name somebody that, it was a hot girl name. And then over time, it stops being a hot girl name. Lucy, after it's a funny, precocious girl in an old episode of Alfred Hitchcock Presents Hildegard. Is that what you're saying? We don't know what you're talking about because Lucy always makes incomplete sentences. No matter. No, Marina came from a children's show room, and it's a children's TV series in this country. Muppets can remember its name, but Marina was able to swim underseas for like hours and hours. Well, remember, I arrived here in 2000, so anything that happened before that, I don't remember. Everyone seems to be punctuating properly. They're doing a better job, so I'll give you a round of applause. That's exactly what I meant. Very good, Lewis. What did you mean? Very good. So you, Jarrett, don't Google fitting 3 in the back of a marina. Okay, I'm not going to. I don't want to. I don't want to use my hands. My granny's name was Tilly. Lewis Schaffer reminds me of when I ran a marathon in East Sussex. We went through Lewis, and I got a nipple rash. Okay. Who has run 2 marathons? I was devastated that J.K. called Hermione, Lucy. We did the Winter's Tale for GCSEs, and it was my favorite name. Yeah, Hermione. There was a woman called Hermione Gingold. She was British, and she was a big star in America. Then it was mega famous. Yeah, what you find out when that was. You might be interested to find out. Hermione Gingold. She was on American talk shows. She was like a very small British woman. My brother is called Nigel. Enough said. Yeah. Yeah, that's really nice, actually. Hildegard Schaffer, yeah. Hildegard Schaffer. Kerry P. Oh, yes. That song, Marina. It was like Thunderbirds. Aquamarina. Maybe that's where it comes from. Water. It's marina. Water in 2 languages. Okay. So that's why you don't know Alexei Sales. You came in 2000. I mean, I've seen him, I've heard of him, but I don't know too much about him. Anything that's happened before 2000, it's like, imagine me being born in 1990. That's how old I am in this country. I'm 35 years old. Hey, MJ. MJ wants to know how everybody is. Yep, Carrie, I liked it. I used to sing. Well, we're talking about this thing. That's so not interesting to me. But if it's interesting to you, you keep going. Do you feel like you've missed out by not having a daughter, Lewis? People are always saying to me, "Oh, you're so misogynist because you've never had a daughter." Yeah, maybe. I felt like I haven't had my kids. Yeah. That's a good question. Would I have liked a daughter? I mean, I can't say because at my age now, I'm just so old. I'm just tired. I mean, we think you could have some daughter there hating me. It's bad enough that when one of my kids is angry at me, one of my sons is. My real name is beautiful. So your real name is not Lola Twinkle, which I think is beautiful. Well, they are always making plans for. It's a great song. Da da to Nigel. There, oh, right? Do you know that song? Lola, that's why I didn't recognize you. Why? Because you used a different name. What happened to Lola? For punctual punctuators, a round of applause. Yeah. XTC, that's right. Great band, XTC. The guy died. That was really sad. And then what's his name? Had a problem with his wife. He couldn't see his wife and wrote a chapter in his book. And said, I'm hanging outside my wife's house where my children are. I'm dying to be able to be allowed in to see my children. Oh, don't make me cry. It was it was just so sad. But eventually, when the wife died, you know what I'm talking about? When the wife died, the kids moved in with him. 35, you wish. Laugh out loud. What is 35? I don't know. Life gives you what it gives you. Yeah, it does. It makes you, it's like what Nietzsche said. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And I'm all right. My things are all right. Okay. Learn to be thin and to punctuate. That's what this show is about. Learn to be thin. I want to be a bit thinner than I am. I want to be a bit thinner. I'm sorry. I probably won't look as good. I don't care. I want to be like Ray. I want everyone to say, you look horribly thin. I shouldn't say that. What are your thoughts on Kevin McKenzie on GB News? What are your thoughts, Leanne? What do you think? You just have a daughter, Joy Earl. Okay. So you don't know. You don't know the difference. I mean, being a mother and having a daughter could be amazing. Could be amazing. Or you could be really competitive with your daughter. I've seen that very often. You know. Why would you want to be horribly thin? What's the benefit? The benefit is I'm not fat. I grew up with fat family, and I don't even know if I'm fat now. No woman would fancy you. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. And then I could gain weight. I could gain it back. I don't know. I don't think women want a fat guy. Do they want a fat guy? According to Joe Earls, no, she's the boss. How old is she? She's the boss. I like him, Leanne, but the people of Liverpool don't. Who are you asking if you like or you don't like? Sure, I wanted a daughter, but once I had my son, I was just happy he was healthy. Yeah. That sounds anorexic. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, I want to be thin. I want to be able to walk around the house. I want to look like Iggy Pop when he was fit. Just be able to just walk around the house and just be like, wow, you are so thin. Fat can be cuddly, but not too fat. Yeah, Joe, right. Joy, did you want more? I'm 45 next week, too old, and health problems. Well, why do you have health problems, Penny Bunny? What are you eating? Tell us what you're eating, Penny Bunny. Let's move into what are you eating? Are you fat or are you too skinny? I mean, a friend of mine had cancer, and you could be unhealthy, and she was very slim. You could be unhealthy, whatever, and get diseases. You were 6 stone once. Well, what are you now? If I could stay at one age forever, what age would it be? I'd say 30. Yeah, it's a good age for men. It's a good age for women. I'm just happy with my daughter, too. She was super smart, a great singer. I had a disease in pregnancy not related to diet. You want to bet you did? All those people who are suffering from, infantile, juvenile diabetes, that's all diet. But I'm not a doctor, so you shouldn't take my word on it. Okay? Leanne, Kerry, yes, none of them would have seen their front page the other day. What does that mean? Your life is over when you have kids. Well, isn't that what what's his name said? He said your life is ruined. That you make no mistake, kids are here to replace us. Jerry Seinfeld. That's what Jerry Seinfeld said. How is this doing? Let me see if I'm in the thing here. I moved this over here. Okay, I spent most of my life not putting on weight. Everyone was telling me I'm stick thin, or was calling me lamppost. But now I have a belly. I wish to God I was thin. AF. Yes, well, we're going to get thin. I need to lose 3 or 4 kilos. That's all I need to lose. It's so little. How much do you need to weigh? Think about that number. Write down everything. I'm not proposing this to you. It's up to you. Write down everything. Don't eat carbs. Age isn't the problem. It's health that counts. In 5 weeks, I'm 59. I'm going to say this. There's a good chance in 6 weeks' time, and you'll be 59. In 7 weeks, you'll be 59. In 8 weeks, you'll be 59. Anyway. Went home and saw some folks, and they went, oh, my God, you look so much better. Now you're 9 stone. Yeah, you look better. You were a bit fat, Joodles. I don't know if you were, but okay. It's my old neck of the woods. What's your old neck of the woods, Kerry? What did I miss? I missed that. I'm not reading all the comments here. Yeah, exactly. That's what you say, Lola. You say, oh my God, I loved my son so much, I didn't want another. But that's mean to your son, and it goes against God. Maybe not God, but it's like my ex-wife said to me, I don't want to have a second child because how could I love a second child as much as I love my first child. And I said, your heart will grow to love too. Your heart grows. My heart is growing. I'm loving your sister as well as you. Okay. Okay. I said having kids is like banging nails into your coffin. Not necessarily, but could be. Is that true? My bladder, Penny, they ruptured during a procedure years back. Lewis is all about numbers, the letters, and the heart. Yeah, and the heart. Yeah, let's go for the heart. Okay. Having kids makes 25 years disappear quickly. Yeah. Yeah, what can you do? What can you do? What can you do? You could be happy and have no kids. You could be happy and have kids. Leanne has 10 pounds to lose. I like this. This is what I like. How are you losing the weight, Leanne? How are we all losing the weight? How are we losing the weight? Keith says, where are you from? Are you from Bexley? I love Bexley. I love one of those towns down there. I don't have kids, but not having loads of kids is why we're in trouble. Yeah, it was pointed out by Elon Musk or by, what's his name? By Jordan Peterson. Yeah. Let's see. Why are you saying sorry, Lewis? It goes too quickly. Life goes too quickly one way or the other. No one goes, oh my God, I'm 80 years old. This has gone too fast, too slowly. No, it all goes so fast. And especially as we get older, don't we? Doesn't it go way, 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 way fast? It goes really, really fast. It's amazing the stuff we're talking about, really. I don't know. I hope we can remember all of this. I need to lose 2.5 stone. Wow. Okay, lose it, and you'll be thin again. And people come up to you and say, "Wow, you look 20 years younger," right? It goes very slowly. Judith says, she says, "I'm on medication that causes weight gain. I walk twice a day, but don't eat much. I'm a little overweight, not much. I'm not advocating people. I've started to take this medication, and I think it's making me a bit dizzy. Could that be what it is? Is this medication taking losartan? What are you taking medication for? Lose the weight. Go on the low carb diet. I believe that. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a dietitian. Speak to your NHS doctor. Okay. She had a C-section, Joy, and almost died. Same thing with the mother of my children. She wanted to have the baby. At the time she wanted to have the baby. I don't know if I'm allowed to discuss this because there's typing in the background. But she had two C-sections. And I'm not gonna tell you everything. I'm not gonna reveal everything. But I'm against it. I'm against it. But women have to go to work. They've been told this. Most important thing is going to work. Oh, I'm sure I would have loved another child the same. But I was old enough by then. He is happy. I've asked him. Yeah, what are they supposed to say? No, I'm miserable. I wanted a brother. Yeah, kids don't want to have a brother, but they need a brother. And if they don't have a brother, they can be happy. There's an Alexei Sales sketch where he gets arrested by a pair of 10-year-old police officers who demand to see his fat license. Yeah, because even then, and this was how many years ago was this? Even then, I'm sorry, Penny, a lot of mistakes in labor. Yeah, they make so many mistakes in labor, these doctors. These doctors. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They make a lot of mistakes. They also maybe save people's lives. Maybe they do. I went into early labor, according to Penny Bunny, and hemorrhaged. I had no choice. Yeah. We need doctors. I'm not saying we're going to eliminate all doctors. Just like 95% of them. And somebody in the NHS is going to read, oh, you hate the NHS, you hate this, you hate that. Women go through so much shite. They really do. They really go through so much shite. America's 250 years, okay? How will you celebrate? Don't just ask me questions. How will you celebrate this, Alan Williams? We have 2 little dogs. They're on channel. They're brothers. What does that mean? They're on channel. I don't have any siblings. I don't know any different. Yeah, that's true. It's really hard to met. Like the producer has a friend, and he's a lovely kid. the parents who don't have, only have one kid, it's hard to mess up one kid. Wow, Penny, that's bad. The state of maternity is just getting worse and worse. Yeah, 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 yeah. Um, let's see. The criticism of doctors is they put people on medication far too quickly. Well, because you've been sold a bill of goods, basically. I had an emergency C-section, and then they found out I had a teratoma on my ovary the size of a grapefruit. What is that, kind of like a cancer or something? Grapefruit, and had to have that out at the same time. And then I hemorrhaged twice. Yeah. Yeah, well, the reason I think why these, whatever it is, the teratoma, whatever that means, is because one, we're waiting too late to have children, number one. Number two, our diet is bad, which promotes cancerous growths. Carbs promotes cancerous growth. Carrie P. asking a question, and she's not saying, is July 4th a big deal to you? Penny Bunny, Lewis, your show killed my phone, 5% from 100%. I'm sorry. You've got to buy a little charger. I've got a little charger. Turn the brightness down, Penny. Yeah, that's good advice. Turn it down. Turn the brightness down. Or maybe just turn the entire picture down. You don't need to watch the entire picture. My first and only child is 34. Okay, we thought you were younger, but all right. Congratulations. It's no wonder we didn't want to do it again. No wonder you didn't want to do it again. Exactly, which means, yeah, I don't know how old you are. I'm fat. I used to be thin, but medication and underactive thyroid gland buggered my slinky figure up. That's not true, Lorna. Number one, we don't need to be taking medication, and the only reason we take medication is because we're on a high carb diet. Okay, and the only reason our thyroid is not working properly is because we're not getting enough proper meat and food like that. They said another child would kill you. Yeah, probably, but if you're not healthy to begin with, this is where I come across as being unloving. Okay, Penny Bunny's kid is 10. Anyway, the truth is that we have to eat properly. Lorna, you're fat. You're going to be thin. You're going to be thin. You're going to be on this show. This is 3 hours you're not eating, and we're learning how to eat eat low carb foods. Penny is only 49 years old. She's got a kid who's 30. Is that a joke, Mark? Phone dead. You'll be back soon. Okay. I'm not American. I'll probably just listen to the Captain Beefheart song from the 200th anniversary. I have not heard that. I think I wrote that down. Okay. Hold on a second. That's bad. It's really bad. I apologize. Apparently, I was in pain for 25 years because I was depressed. I then looked death in the face and finally realized I was depressed because I was in pain and with disease, and that eats away at the nerves and joints. That is true. That is so true, Leanne. Depression causes illness, but illness causes depression. Very true. Hey, you know what I found? We're going to talk about this in a second. I'm going in for a second. I found 5 pounds on the street. If this is any of yours, tell me. Describe it and I'll give it to you. Okay. I had to get something to eat. I'm sorry. I didn't have to, but we're talking about food all the time. And what else are you eating, Lorna, besides meat? What else are you eating? Oh my God, what am I going to cry about? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. You're telling me a sad story. Too much love will kill you, according to N8 Virgo. If you can't make up your mind, torn between your lover and the love you left behind. Now, that's a song. Yeah, you got to leave people behind. Hey, Dee, how are you? I went to get some food. I'm sorry. I got a ball of mozzarella. It's 125 grams. It has 300 calories. What are you eating then? Tell me what you're eating when you have that food. You can eat one bad meal, and you're cooking food too. That looks bad for you. It looks bad for you. It's not. It's just cheese. It's like fresh cheese. Looking death in the face is fine so long as you're extremely good at chess. I was thinking of another joke. I'm doing mozzarella cheese. Not many carbs. Well, why don't you try this? Try to eliminate all carbs. Yeah. Why is that gross? Is this gross? Lucy. Anyway, so I'm barebacking mozzarella. Yeah. I'm bareback. I guess what does that mean to bareback mozzarella? I took antidepressants or one sort of another for 25 years. It took over 6 months for them to leave my body. I feel better. Right. I was prescribed them like 20 years ago, 15 years ago. And I said, if I start taking this, it'll be like impossible for me to stop taking it. What are you saying? Jacket potato salad, chicken, Branston pickled cheese from Cornwall. Brokeback mozzarella. No, not gross. Eat egg and meat. Eat egg and meat. Yesterday's show, I kind of lost energy after about 2 hours. And I felt bad that I lost energy about it. But I mean, that's what the show is. It can go up and down. How can it be like at a high level the entire show? Here is the thing. Let's get back to what Lorna is eating and what Lewis Schaffer recommends. Love mozzarella, tomato, and basil on a puff pastry base. Yeah, I love all those things except for the puff pastry base and the basil and the tomato. I love that. Leanne, I love that all. I love mozzarella, tomato, and basil on a puff pastry base, except for the puff pastry base, the tomato, and the basil. So basically, I was making a joke. But Lorna, what is Lorna eating? Let's find out what Lorna's eating. I just realized this is a bit like watching Big Brother with mostly only Lewis. Yeah, I guess it is. Maybe it is. It's like, what is Lewis doing in his world? Mozzarella and cranberry, a brie. Lovely. Well, I hate to tell you. I mean, cranberry is a sugar, but it's delicious. I used to eat raw cranberry. Raw cranberry. You've got to put them in. You can't nibble on them. You got to put them in. And they have to be hard. Raw cranberry. So for low carb, what can you eat instead of sandwiches? Sandwiches were only invented a couple 100 years ago. So you can eat anything, Lola. What do you propose? What are you eating? I'll tell you what you can't eat. As I'm gobbling up carbs into the microphone. Well, like last night. Last night after the show, I was a bit... while I was waiting for my car to take me home, or as I call the car, the TFL bus, I went into the shop, and I bought a thing of limon wafers. You know that thing of limon wafers? Okay? And I ate that, and then I thought, oh, I'm hungry, and then I bought a wrap at the shop in Peckham, and I ate that, and I woke up this morning, I was I weighed a kilo. Nate Virgo says, I had fluoxetine when I was in my early 20s. I hated the nonplus zombie feeling, so I stopped. I'll never let depression manifest ever again. I am a crazy loon and I feel fine even when I don't. That's bull. You are fine. You're not crazy. They want us to believe we're crazy. In a world that they've made crazy, they're blaming us for being crazy. Yeah, don't take. I mean, am I allowed to say this in this country? Am I going to be like put in jail for practicing medicine without a license? Okay. So Lorna says she has belly pork, which is good. Meat with meat curries. Curries is not good for you. Curries are crushed up. You should not eat curries. If you have any illnesses at all, you should not eat curries because they're seeds. I don't eat bread, chips, or potatoes. Take a picture of what you're eating and send it to me, Lewis Schaffer, PR@gmail.com. Okay, what is a caprese salad? I don't know what that is, Lucy. I don't eat biscuits or cakes. There are a million things you don't eat, but what is the things you eat? Tell me the things you eat. Last night, I dreamt I was a paranoid schizophrenic. Who said that? Very funny, Chris King. That's funny. Oh, fluoxetine is Prozac. Well, they wrote a book, Prozac Nation. Yeah, these are bad. These are heavy drugs. Mince and mash, but I need to get hungry first. Don't eat mash. Don't eat mash. Don't eat mince. It's cooked. It's cooked. Don't eat sandwiches, Lola Twinkle. Mince and mash sounds like a gay bar. That is funny. Mince and mash sounds like a gay bar. I'm in a queue waiting to see John Lydon in Lincoln. A round of applause for Johnny Rotten. A round of applause for that guy. Okay. I mean, he basically changed the world in Lincoln. Who lives in Lincoln? You know who lives in Lincoln? Judas lives in Lincoln, right? You live in Lincoln. You live in Lincoln. Don't you live in Lincoln? Am I allowed to say that? I shouldn't have said that. Making me hungry now. I'm having bacon and black pudding and garlic mushrooms. There are worse foods than that, but black pudding is about 20% oats. So, you know, I mean, if you're losing weight, you gotta have. I sometimes would have like half a piece of black pudding. Okay, I'm having bacon and black pudding. Maybe that's why it's like a post-apocalypse Big Brother, where someone's been left trapped alone in the diary room. Yeah, peddling. Corned beef, anyone? Yeah, corned beef is good, but it's cooked. It's cooked. Try to eat raw. I eat raw food. Yeah, I'm eating sandwiches mainly with coleslaw and butter. Well, eat sandwiches, but without the bread. Could you eat the sandwiches without the bread, beautiful Lola Twinkle? Could you do that? Because sandwiches, or start by having only one slice of bread and open top sandwiches. And we'll make it thicker on the inside with meat. No way, Craig. This is what Judith says, waving at you. She's waving at you. Is it the new Royal? Craig, 86. Lincoln, he goes to Lincoln. He's here at Lincoln University. Is that a good school, Lincoln University? Leanne, I genuinely had a dream about Lewis last night. Oh, there you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. I love John Lydon, too, says Kerry P. Had a triple dose of Lewis Schaffer. Yeah, what? Maybe, could be. What is he doing? What is he doing in the thing? A double act, mince and mash. It's a funny gay bar, mince and mash. Wouldn't like to know. That's a funny thing. 54 people, Kinsey. It's great. I love white pudding. Do you, Lewis? I don't think I've ever had white pudding. I've only had black pudding. What makes white pudding different than black pudding? Anybody know? New English word, nachu, not nathu, nothu. It means not hungry, nothu. Measures carbs to the nothu point. Investigate. When you're not hungry anymore, what happens? Your leptin levels goes down. Did you make this up? Because if you didn't make it up, and you're in Denmark, remember you're in Denmark. You're in Denmark. Nothu. Says Slumbert. Okay. Black and white pudding is delicious. But what is white pudding? I don't think he could manage that, Leanne. Manage what? Wouldn't you like to know? What? I missed it. Say it again. What do I eat? I can't eat raw beef. It makes me Eve. Okay. So start this way. Start with well done, then go to done, then go to medium rare, then go to rare, and you'll see it's amazing. That's what I do. You don't have to do that, but cooked food is not healthy. That could be the major cause of disease in the world is cooked food. All the people getting gout, it could be because of cooked food. Coleslaw is very nice. It is very nice, but it tends to be a high carb food, and if it's made with I can't eat it because it's made with rapeseed oil. Coleslaw, am I right? Saying this just to annoy Lewis. I am saying, okay. I'm not sure Dream Lewis could handle both of us. Yeah, Jules, did you say you dreamt about me too? Yeah. Didi Plekton, N8 Virgo says, do you want to be put on olanzapine? I was like a contented zombie. My winkle stopped working. It took 10 years for it to do what it should. Squirt, not dribble. Okay, yeah, don't take it. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. I mean, I just, 5 days ago, I started to take pills, and I'm just doubting it. Always side effects. Homemade coleslaw is the best. Well, first of all, it's not fermented coleslaw. It's uncooked. It's uncooked. So you shouldn't be eating that. You shouldn't be eating too much of that whole. It's not like sauerkraut. Sauerkraut you can eat. And what kind of oil do you use? Do you use mayonnaise, which is made with rapeseed oil, Lorna Hutchinson? So is cooked meat as bad as carbs? Or is it acceptable, but not as good as raw? It's not as good as raw. It's better than eating plants. That's what I believe. I mean, you can argue with me. If you find some information that says, Lewis, I just read this study that says that's not the case. Right? But that's basically what I'm saying. I made it up. My point is not to avoid carbs 100%, but only use enough carbs to not be hungry anymore. The not hungry point. No, because carbs make you hungry. They slow down your metabolism through your mitochondria. They tell you to eat hungry again. Basically, if you eat a carb, it's telling you winter is here. Eat more carbs. Just try eating carbs, and you'll see. Wow, that was great. No one has one chip. No one has one crisp. No one has a bite out of a piece of toast. No one has that. They have a lot. I love Donald Trump, says Lorna Hutchinson. He's fat. He's gotten fat too. I'd give him this advice too. Okay, so Pete's back in the room. A round of applause for Pete. Thank you for coming, Pete. I am home, been at the hospital just up the road. But all good, planned. What does planned mean? It's a planned visit. I actually have to take a test because I'm on the blood pressure pills. So I don't want to take the test. I'm going to stop taking the blood pressure pills. I don't think it's working anyway. I eat mostly animal protein and some fruit and a little veg. And I struggle with gout. The reason you struggle with gout is what causes gout. Gout is caused by tiny little bits of pieces of. Gout is basically the body reacting to hunger. It's if high carb, fructose causes gout. Number one, what's that thing that the Chinese have? Umami flavor causes gout. Meat can cause gout if it's cooked. Yeah, cooked meat. I believe this. I don't know if it's 100% true, but I think it is. His function, meaning Watton eyes, has improved since stopping it. Yeah, they don't want us to have sex. They don't want us to have children. They don't want us to live. I said this on the air. They want us dead. I think they do because they're doing everything to stop us from having kids. They're making abortion a good thing. Oh, yay, abortion. They're making climate change. Oh, we shouldn't have babies. It's bad for us. They make assisted suicide, which is murder, I think. I shouldn't be talking like that. I'm not saying suicide. If I only eat vegetables, I'm hungry afterwards. But if I put carbs in, I'm not hungry anymore. Okay, no, I don't believe that at all. I don't believe that. You should give those blood pressure pills to Patrick Christie after last night. Yeah, maybe I should. How cooked was it, Chris King? Lorna asked. What did you ask, Chris King? You had a cooked ribeye steak tonight, and it was amazing. So kill me. Yeah, don't cook it so much. The redder it is, the better. Uric acid causes gout. Yeah, and how do you get elevated uric acid? Okay, you get it by eating fructose, and by having cooked food, and by alcohol. Okay, and meat raises uric acid. I had gout in my feet, and I was in pain. And then when I lost the weight, I was doing much better. I had copious amounts of this drug. It left my switch turned on in my bounce. So you blame that thing. Okay, that's interesting. I thought lots of red meat causes gout. Yeah, they want you to believe that because they don't want you to take it. It's like what happened. Why did Henry VIII have gout? Because it's like he was eating red meat, but everybody was eating meat back in those days. The reason he got gout was because he was eating cake. Let him eat cake. The poor people had 1 teaspoon of sugar a day. That's as much as they had. They put it in their tea if they were lucky. The rich had oodles of sugar. Have oodles of sugar. So who didn't have the Vax nonstick, Nick? Did I miss that? Bounce equals head. Henry VIII ate anything he could get his hands on, including, well, I don't know if he ate them. He ate them up, yeah, Leanne. Yeah, but basically, what did he eat? Big, huge cakes. He ate a lot of everything, whereas poor people just tried to eat as much meat as possible. Buy beef mince and EG. What does EG mean? What does EG mean? Plectin. Usually fat, and he was drinking loads. Yeah, you have to stop drinking carbs, cooking food, wine and port. Yeah, wine and port. Why wine and port bad? Why? Because they're high in alcohol. They're very high in sugar, especially port. Right? Poor people didn't eat much meat back in the day. They did. They didn't eat the best kinds of meat. Okay. Could be. I'm not sure myself. Maybe you're right, Lucy. Thank you for paying attention to me. I'm not poor, Lewis, and I haven't had sugar forever. Well, what are you saying? Finish your sentence, because I didn't understand the first part. Judel's ecstasy never killed anyone. Under or overhydration was the cause. Yeah, maybe. Maybe you're right. Yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah, thank you, Simon. Wow, music has even spiked with meat. Not what I would call cooked, then more cookish. I would try to make the meat as raw as possible. And I tried to eat raw eggs as much as possible. But still, cooked food is better than plant food. I love plant food. Who doesn't love plant food? If you cheat, if you can't help yourself, you can't hurt yourself on this because plants are addictive. Chris King says he doesn't take sugar. Okay, well, I mean, I put a teaspoon of sugar in my iced tea today, but maybe I had 2 teaspoons. Remember when you called Boris Johnson a gout-ridden pig? Yeah, I said that. That wasn't nice of me. But you could look at him. Yeah, he probably was gout-ridden. I spat my tea out over the place. And it was really not nice of me. I just think I can say whatever I want to. I'm not meaning to hurt people, but, you hurt people. It's probably an old wife. Okay. Chris does not take sugar. Agreed, Crocs, but wasn't taking the chance. What are you saying that to him? Oh, beef mince and eggs. Sorry. Yeah. I mean, mince is good, but it's cooked. You have to cook it. I mean, sometimes I eat raw mince. But I try not to eat raw mince. I love liver. Yeah, you gotta love liver. You gotta love liver. But the cooking part of it, I don't think is the good part. Sci-fi. Boar was popular. Yeah. Female predator meets Henry VIII on a hunt and gets eaten. I didn't see that. Can I just say this to all the beautiful women listeners out there? Do not get eaten. Be careful of men. I'm saying this to men. Do not eat. Do not eat women in that way. I can't believe how much it costs for corned beef and Spam is now. It was the blank shittest meat going, and now you have to remortgage to buy it, Leanne says. That could be true. And that's why I don't think it's that good. I mean, it's very good if you're out and you need to have dinner and you don't know what to eat and you don't want to, you're going into Tesco's or something. But I don't think, yeah. Matt was told his gout was genetic. Matt was told his gout was genetic. Yeah, because they have no idea what causes gout, but they do now. If you want to read about gout, gout is a defense mechanism for humans. It basically tells the humans to keep on eating. Why is it easier to find white sugars than brown? Because demerara. It isn't genetics. It is not genetics. Because I was in pain. I had gout. People said to me, oh, this is how old you are. And I don't have it now. I don't have it. Here's my foot right here. Here's my foot. Can you see that? There's no gout here. There's no gout. Look at that leg. Do you find that attractive? It's amazing. No. Even raw. Should I not eat even raw meat, Jedster? I hope all women are raw. You like a raw milk, but you're a raw woman. But I also like women who are fully prepared for whatever, for life. Especially not raw women, Judel says. Okay. Do not eat women. Well, that's my weekend ruined. Yeah, don't eat them. Don't eat them. They don't want to. But also women, maybe you should try to be as natural as you can. Woohoo, Lewis. What does that mean? Woohoo, says Kerry. Nothing to do with age. I don't think, Lewis. There's no, yeah, woohoo. Look at the leg. Look at the leg. That's pretty thin. I've been told it's not attractive, but I like it. Hold on a second. My balls are doing something in my pants. Okay, that's better. Can you show off your stretchy elbow? No. I want the girls to like me. Okay, here we go. Here's the stretchy elbow like that. Can you see that? Can you see it's like stuck in place there? Can you see that? That's like... I remember my mother saying I thought that would never happen to me. I think she was like 35 when she said it to me. She said, I thought that would never happen. Thank you so much for telling the men not to eat us, Lewis. It needed to be said. Yeah, it does need to be said. Because we love you so much. We're like, oh my God. Yeah, that's gross. It's gross. Careful, it might come off, laughing out loud. Yeah. I love Spam, Leanne, says Pete Transport. Yeah. I mean, Spam is like a cult food like in the Philippines or Fiji or other places. That bit of your elbow is really, really important, Lewis, and I'm being serious. Yeah, what happens if you don't have that? I guess it could be problems, right? According to Judels. So why is it really serious? Playing with your weenus in public, laugh out loud. This is the tip of your elbow, according to Nate Vergan. Don't get that leg out again, Jesus. It looks like a flamingo, Ruben says. Yes, doesn't look that good. Len Carnegie's Training Tools. What do you mean, this book that I have? What is that? This book? This simple book would teach anyone how to read. Yeah, maybe. I should sell it. I should sell it to everybody for like £100. It costs that much to make. Try licking your elbow. I don't think I could do that. Can you do that? Too long to write. But you need it. Well, there's probably somebody out there who's got a kid who's 6 years old, 5 years old, 4 years old, who wants to know how to read and is willing to pay £100, and they've got the time to spend time with their kid. I'm against the eating, but maybe just a little nibble. Yeah, we love women. We just want to nibble. Nibble on you guys. And women like to be nibbled on. Men like to nibble. We like to nibble. Maybe this is being listened to by whatchamacallit, by YouTube. The point I'm making is this. Anyone who is under 50 or 60 years old and has any kind of health concern has type 2 diabetes, elevated blood sugar levels. Anyone. And I could be wrong, but I think I'm wrong by about 3%. So if you tell me you've got a thyroid problem, That's diabetes. You could tell me that you've got dandruff or psoriasis. That's diabetes. You're going to tell me that you've got gout or plantar fasciitis or athlete's foot. That is diabetes. Do you agree with me or no? New balls, please. You don't want to see my balls. One ball hangs much lower than the other. Thank goodness Lewis knows his arse from his elbow. Thank you very much. That's very, very funny. Non-stick Nick. Hobnobs. One nibble and you're nobbled. And you're, yeah. Have you had, I never had hobnobs when I was in America. My kid grew up on them. We used to go out to the play groups, and they used to feed us hobnobs, all the most horrible. And I used to eat that stuff, and then I got fat. Lewis has legs. I got legs. Thank you, Joy. And he knows how to use. I got legs. Know how to use them. He does not. It's a fine leg. Thank you, Lola. I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much. Laughing Saturn is in the house. Have we said hello to Laughing Saturn? Oh my God. On GB, it's talking about wartime diets. Could tackle obesity. Well, remember, yeah, of course it could tackle obesity. There wasn't much food, and now there's too much food. Lewis Schaffer is going through town, and at 1 o'clock in the morning, he has a kebab, a wrap. Of course I'm going to gain a kilo. That wasn't around during the war. Nothing was open at 1 o'clock in the morning during the war. You should consider a small dose of testosterone on a daily basis. Ask your quack what your testosterone levels are. I'm 64 and take a small dose daily. The effects are amazing, Ruben. Thank you very much. But that's cheating, and I think it's a mistake to do. And are you on an all-meat diet? Because I was thinking about taking that, and I didn't. I said, I'm not going to take testosterone. And I had problems like every guy does at that age. And then the problems went away. God loves his wee sticks, Joy. Okay, I don't know. Is that about me? One ball always dangles more than the other. Yeah, that's totally true. That is exactly right. 6 badges in the house. Where have you been, 6? We've been waiting for you. One ball always, he says, ration books. That sounds like some WEF fantasy. Yeah, total control. Yeah. Team World, Team Globalists. Yeah. That's a really good point, 6 badges. Where are you from again, 6 badges? And what have you done to maintain your weight or lose your weight on the Lewis Schaffer diet? I've been lurking here all night. Well, you don't have to say anything, but that's good. Have you subscribed? Have you liked this page? Okay, training tools is not for muscle training. Sorry. Oh, someone was making a joke. Oh my God. Do I seem like I don't know what I'm talking about? 47 people. That's really good. That's really, really good. We're basically at 47. I mean, I'd like to know. Okay. Some people keep a stash of amphetamines and occasionally use a really tiny amount. Yeah, I don't recommend that though, really. It probably is. I'm not recommending. It's an illegal drug, a Class A drug. But yeah, you could lose weight there. That's how our parents lost weight. They were put on amphetamines. The doctor, Dr. Wu. Can you see? Maybe that's not the song. Okay. Can you write a diet book, Lewis? Well, why doesn't somebody write a diet book based? It's just a page. Don't eat carbs. Don't eat plants. Eat red meat. Cooked meat better than plants, but red meat best. Lewis, did you ever know that what you were talking about? I know that I could be wrong. Don't we all know that we could be wrong? I'm 1% industriousness. That's so true. And 1% conscientiousness, Joodles. Yeah. Me writing a book, no, that's impossible. I'm not going to be able to write a book. Okay. His diet book will just be a shopping list. That's funny too. Yeah, because I know you didn't mean it this way, but if you just tell people what to eat, that's all we're looking for. These are the foods you can eat, and these are the foods you can't eat. and then find out why you should eat those foods and not eat the other foods. That's what a diet is. It's like before I would have had carbs in the house. I would have eaten a sandwich, 2 or 3 sandwiches. And what did I eat as a sandwich? I just had a boil of mozzarella cheese and a bit of milk. Bit of water, sorry. That was speed that messed up the people's hearts. Yeah, from what I possibly... Lewis, would you bring a pre-decimal currency back? I would. The world is fractions. Could be funny. Could be funny. Moose on the Loose channel. What is the Moose on the Loose channel? I meant to be going to Wimbledon tomorrow with my ex. We are friends still, but I really can't stand her at the moment. Never been and never loved tennis. What do I do? Let's answer Leanne's question. Leanne, just go. It's Wimbledon. My friend Russ, who we all know from here, he can't even get a ticket for Wimbledon. You know, so he wants it so bad. It's not like, oh, here's money and we'll buy a ticket for Wimbledon, or people have extra tickets, go to this place and they're selling them. No. People are saying, just go, Leanne. Just go, Leanne. That's what we got to do. Lewis could just post a big picture of a meat stick on a page and say, eat this. I do that on Twitter. I don't know is meat stick a joke? But I post every morning, every afternoon, whatever. When I have my breakfast, I post something. Microdosing psilocybin mushrooms is meant to be amazing for expanding the mind, concentration, temperament, blood pressure, and a healthy state of mind. I just need to find a field with sheep in it. Thank you, Nate Verga. The truth is that we shouldn't be eating that. I mean, we shouldn't be taking drugs, because when the drugs run out, you feel even worse. That's the problem. Yeah, you know what I mean. They're all good, but you can't live like that. Meat actually does it. It raises your blood, raises everything. It's good. Not big, your blood pressure. Is meat stick the same as a pork sword? I'll have to look. Max 776. You were on Twitter, Lewis. Yes, I am, Lewis. Is that a joke? Because I've got it right here. Is that a joke? Can you see it? Can you see what it says? Can you see at Lewis Schaffer on Twitter? I maybe I should take this bit off. At Lewis Schaffer on Twitter. Go to Twitter. Friend me on Twitter. Go here to the live stream and subscribe. Subscribe and like. You post those runny eggs. You purposely break them just to annoy me. Yes, I break the ones that I put in the frying pan to get the egg whites, because I'm not a big egg white fan. I can eat egg whites, but I don't. It's not horrible. But I break them just to show that they're runny and not cooked. But the ones that are in the bowl, the ones when I put the 5 to 8 eggs in the bowl, you take the egg yolk, you put it in here, and then you let the whites go out. Lewis is the master slipping in total gems into the ramblings. Oh yeah, sure, thank you. Lysergic acid, diethylamide. What are you saying? If you're looking for Twitter, you might look for X. I don't know. A pork sword is the same as a spam dodger. What is a spam dodger? So, what I'm saying tonight after the show, what do we do after the show? Happy 4th again, Lewis. The world needs America. The world needs America. Yeah, totally it does. It needs America to be a good force. Look what happened to the Ayatollah and his nuclear weapons. Do you want them to be the new North Korea? No, we should have taken out North Korea. Oh my God, the people from North Korea are going to say that I'm horrible and evil. Okay. All right, so we're going to take a 1-minute break. I'm going to just sit here and take a 1-minute break. What should we take? What I do with the egg whites, I put them in the rubbish bin. I've got a chute outside. They're very low in calorie. They're not real food. They only have 17 of the amino acids. You can Google it, and they've got alladin on it or anadin or something. Come on, let's get Lewis over 1,000 press. Over 1,000 press. You don't mean press. You mean 1,000 subscribers. 1,000. Right? Because you put a period in there, please, Ruben. Everybody put a period. Come on, period. Let's get Lewis over 1,000. Period. Press that subscribe button, please. Yes. 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 Carrie P. Yes. I like free speech and no war. Yeah, we all do. We want to hear bad news. We want to hear good news. We want to be able to speak. We want to be able to listen. Okay, why don't you make meringue? Because you have to add stuff to meringue. It's like a fake food, kind of. How do you make meringue? Do you know how to make meringue? Come on, let's put a period in there, says Nate. Oh my God. Okay, we're back on track. Okay. Come on, let's put a period in there. Yeah, let's put punctuation. That's what we're trying to do. Okay, egg whites and sugar. Yeah, you have to put sugar in it. Max 76 says 46 people. Yeah, you got to put sugar in. Meringue is great. I love meringue. Who doesn't love a lemon meringue pie? That's American, is a lemon meringue pie. I could be, you know this, because I took that. No, because there's no sugar in that. I don't have a sugar test. I could check my blood pressure. Let me check my blood pressure. Maybe my blood pressure is low. I'm going to measure our blood pressure. I'm feeling a bit, the same thing's happened in the last couple of days. And this hadn't happened before. This hadn't happened before. Let me just see if this thing works. Okay. We're putting that. Losing stones always sounded better. And it is better. Well, losing a stone, because a stone is huge. I lost like 5 stone. I don't want to discuss it. I'm not discussing that, Nate Virgo. Okay, yeah. The truth is, when I don't say anything, we get more viewers than if I talk. People go, "Oh, that's Lewis Schaffer talking." That's Lewis Schaffer talking. Okay, this is a cuff like Steve Cuff. I'm not sorting. No, I'm not doing that. I'm checking my blood pressure. The American teaching the natives how to use their own language. Yeah, that's the way I am. Here it goes. I see my quiet. I'm gonna go on Monday to get my blood test. I can't go tomorrow. Well, that's it. That's a bit lower. 178 over 112 at 57. So it means my blood pressure is going up. But let me take a picture of this. Let me take a picture of this. And we'll do it again. We'll do 2 or 3. I've got to do 2 or 3. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for listening to me. Oh. I bought a cheapo one of these. It doesn't do the memory. Lewis, you are tired, but I don't get tired at this hour normally. You need sleep. I do, but I don't normally. I haven't been getting tired like this for a very long time. I used to have sleep apnea. That is still too high, according to Laughing Saturn. Yeah, it is. Let's say it's too high. 178 on the top is AF, but it can be higher than that. It's, you know. Hold on a second. Hold on. I've got to put a new plug in. I'm sorry. I got the new plug that goes in. Okay, you ready? I blame the mozzarella. Well, mozzarella has some sugar in it. At least the Ulster folk here should give you peace while you take your... Yeah, don't talk to me. I can't respond. Okay. 171. I can't reach it. Oh yeah. Can you see? 171 over 106 at 55. I've only been taking the medication for 5 days. So who knows what it's going to mean. All right, I'll do it one more time. Can I do it one more time? Thank you very much for putting up with this. I appreciate this so much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I go to the docs all the time. Okay, so this is what it is. It's 174 over 107. I'm going to take a picture of it, and maybe I'll put it up. Just so I have it. 174 over 107. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about blood pressure. Okay? For the next 5 minutes, can we only talk about blood pressure? So if you don't have a blood pressure problem, don't ask another question about July 4th. We can talk about that in a minute. Okay? Here's the story about blood pressure. Is my blood pressure high? It used to be way higher. It used to be higher. It used to be, I mean, it is high. And then I took blood pressure pills for at least 35, 40 years, since I was in my 20s. But never once did they ever do research to find out why is your blood pressure so high? Shouldn't they ask that question? It is lower than the other day. I'll tell you what the blood pressure was. So what happened is my blood pressure was really high. They put me on a Pril pill, enalapril, okay, and then they put me on Pril and amlodipine, and then they suggested this losartan thing. But basically, I stopped taking it. I said I don't want to take it anymore because the Pril made me cough, and the coughing thing is what Ramipril, very similar to Ramipril. I was on Ramipril for a while. Yeah, enalapril was like Ramipril, and I was coughing, and that's when I developed my theory that coughing causes irritation, and irritation causes inflammation, and irritation and inflammation causes cancer. That's why there's a much higher rate for people who are taking these pills and cancer. Ramipril, I think. I'm not 100% sure about this, okay? But, so that's, well, I stopped taking it. And so I took it for I stopped taking it for 3 years. And let me see what a measurement beforehand. So a measurement beforehand was pretty much the same if it went down. I mean, I find basically maybe this is calming. 167 over 101 at 52 beats. Let me see what this one is. 171. Basically, there's no difference in a week. 204 over 117 at 58 beats. This is high. These are high. 182 over 113. So I go to the doctor, and the doctor says, you have to take pills. You're going to die. Especially like Craig. He says, if you go into a doctor with that kind of high blood pressure, they give you pills immediately. If you're in the hospital, they practically almost make you check in. They think it's a medical emergency. Okay? So let's find out what you guys are saying. So basically, it's a bit lower than it's been. It's a bit lower. But then again, it's making me dizzy. So how could that be good for me? Okay. All right. It's a pity I can't put a photo on. I'd like you. Yeah, you can't put a photo on. 100 calories burnt per mile. Is that what that is? My blood pressure tablets made me cough. Right, Ramipril. And then I got some others, and they made my feet and legs swell. Exactly. That's what I had, edema. Exactly right. And I said to myself, I don't want, if that's what they're doing, if it's making you cough, one type, and the other type is making you swell, maybe blood pressure, we can lower our blood pressure another way. Okay? Maybe when blood pressure is lower, the dizziness will subside. Maybe. Who knows? These people don't know anything. They don't know anything. They don't know anything. I don't want to, I hope I'm not messing with the medical science, Lewis. You could do your podcast while showing us the sights of my head. What does that mean? Is that is that a sex joke? I didn't think you believed in medication. You want to know something? I didn't take pills for 3 years to 4 years. You need diuretics, yeah. There are many ways to skin a cat. That doesn't mean the cat needs to be skinned. Nunhead. What are you saying about Nunhead, Keith? Okay. That's what Kerry is saying. I didn't believe in it, so I didn't take the pills for 3-4 years. And now I'm thinking to myself, maybe I should take the pills. I don't want to have a stroke, and I don't want to, I've been told I'm not as smart as I used to be. And this is a bit, I've been talking for 2 hours. Maybe it's too long a time. I like talking to you people. Maybe it's too long to be talking. Maybe it's too long to be reading. What is Lorna saying? She's saying, I probably am Chris King. That's what Lorna says. We're talking blood pressure. Okay? And so, I don't know. I'm afraid. And Armitage's boyfriend, Craig, who's not on this thing right now, but he's telling me and I like this guy a lot. He's telling me I need it. Everyone's telling me I need blood pressure medication. I need to lower my blood pressure. And the problem is, they came up with a way to lower your blood pressure. Is it going to raise my heart rate? And then Ruben says, you got to counter it with vitamin B. So they basically give you a disease, then you give you another pill to take. Okay? Leanne says, I'm writing again because I missed it, laugh out loud, period. The blood pressure monitor wouldn't stop blowing up twice. It nearly knocked me out. I had to rip it off as the nurse wouldn't believe me. It was like too much. It was too much. I had the 24-hour test, and the pain was unbelievable. 24 hours of blood pressure readings. Will worrying about your blood pressure raise your blood pressure? Yeah, it does. And that's what they're doing. They're saying, oh, you've got high blood pressure. You've got to do something. Yes, you're totally right, Nonstick Nick. Steve Cuff agrees with me. Lewis Schaffer blood pressure meds hasn't raised my heart rate. It's similar to yours. Mine used to be below 50. It used to be 45. I had to go to the hospital because I had something called bradycardia. Okay? No, it literally didn't stop and wouldn't stop. It's happened to me twice on 2 separate occasions. So it's an automatic one. It went mad. It went mad and kept on going, and you didn't pull it off your arm. No, it literally didn't stop, Leanne says, and wouldn't stop. Okay? I'm sorry, Lewis. It's a horrible being in a rabbit hole, knowing that when you go down it, it'll just lead to more and more rabbit holes. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. And I've been in the rabbit hole with the high blood pressure for a long time. I'm constantly checking about it, measuring the difference between the relationship between the high blood pressure and the heart rate. Does having to deal with idiots on Patrick's show raise your blood pressure? They don't agree with me. Are they idiots? No. No, I don't get stressed out like that. This stresses me out. Maybe because I'm talking so much. Or maybe it's not stressing me out. It's not, because my blood pressure is only 170. It's basically a bit lower. I don't know. I don't know. What do you know? Take the meds, Lewis, says Ruben. Seriously, please take them. Thank you for caring, Ruben. That is really, really nice. Strong social connections and emotional support can buffer stress, indirectly lowering blood pressure. Yeah. By 2 to 4. But you know it is 2 to 4 is nothing when it's 210 and you want to get it down. That only makes it 205 or whatever, 203, 207. Don't know what that measurement means, but it sounds impressive. Yeah, but it's not much. It's not much. These pills don't lower your blood pressure all that much. That's why people are on 3 blood pressures. We all love you, Lewis. Take the meds. Thank you. Listen to Ruben, Lewis. He's giving good advice. Why? How do you know he's giving good advice? He sounds like he is, but we don't know that. Listen to Ruben, Lewis. Okay, Kinsey says pointing up one. Pointing up one. We all love you. Take the meds. Totally, Virgo. Yeah, Crocs, you're sweet. Carney brought full stop to Canada this year. He's right. The country has fully stopped. Okay. Are you really a doctor? I mean, that doesn't mean much to me, but it means I do appreciate you being a doctor. I do appreciate it, but I don't know what it means. What does it mean that you're a doctor? Do you exercise at all? That is supposed to help. Yeah, well, I walked today 17,000 steps. I've been walking about 15 to 18,000 steps. You know, JDM. So I don't know. Does that work? You know what? When I'm doing this, I feel like I'm Osmond Gold. It must be horrendous, Keith. I can't even imagine. He's transed his kids. Who are we talking about? Who's transed his kids? Carney. Yeah, they're trans their own kids. That's how deep in the rabbit hole those people are. That Carney transed his own kids. If your blood pressure drops suddenly, you pass out. Yeah, I'm concerned about that. Carmel, who is Carmel? I'm not stepping up to expectations. What does that mean? For FF's Carney, yeah, Carney. He's Team World. Watching soap operas is as good for you as going to church. I don't do either. Yeah, it could lower your blood pressure. But that's because we're sitting there. Remember, 100 years ago, they never took somebody's blood pressure. Who discovered that? Some German. They always discovered it back in the day. They were great at science. The best medicine of all is to walk. Every day, do a walk, fast march, or as fast as you can for 40 minutes. Well, I'm doing that. And look at how thin I am. You know what I mean? And look at the food that I'm eating. So, and I've had high blood pressure since I was 22 years old. Everyone's telling me that I should take the pills. My son says take the pills. My sons say take the pills. I like the blackout dizzies. I manage to stay upright and battle through them. It's a bit scary. Carney is as bad as Team Worlds. Yeah, you could pass. He's bad. He's bad for Canada. He's bad for Canada. And the Canadians people voted for him because they've been brainwashed like that, to avoid Donald Trump. Just went to find my blood pressure monitor, but only found my blood pumping ghost face mask. Okay, there you go. FGS. I think, what does that mean again? But that's funny. That's funny. Which blood pressure meds has the fewest side effects? Good question. Well, the losartan so far, but I'm not going to take an Alapil again because I'm coughing, and coughing causes cancer. So want to walk? Stop being needy. He wants to walk. Walking is great, but same here, Simon Arnold says. Steve Cuff says, it will put years on your life walking. It's nice, but it's not going to save your life. Look at what's his name? Look at Berkshire Hathaway guy. Okay, I've had no side effects on losartan. Yeah, I had side effects I took it for like a very short time, 2-3 weeks. Okay, well that's good. It depends on the individual. Yeah. Okay, you don't want the side effects. Walking is boring. That's why I pick up rubbish on the way. I'm always picking up rubbish. Walking is boring. Does coughing mean you have cancer? No, but I believe coughing causes cancer. You're coughing, it irritates the throat, and that can cause what's the throat cancer disease? What is esophageal cancer? That's what I believe. Coughing causes it. It causes irritation, which causes the mitochondria to fail, which causes the cell to duplicate and replicate without, just without control. And then it's fed by sugar. So I don't want to cough. If I catch a cold, I don't cough. Not if you're walking with Lewis on YouTube. He could start charging us for walking entertainment. Thank you for calling this walking entertainment. I appreciate that a lot. What is Laughing Saturn saying to Kinsey? Totally agree. What do you totally agree with? As fast as you can manage. Yeah, you should exercise. Exercise can be good. But going to a gym and lifting weights, I'm not sure that that's good. Is chalky deposits, Ramapil relaxes arteries. Is that what you believe, DSP? Do you believe that? Do you believe that? 1, 2. Dad had it. Never smoked, never coughed. Always a mystery. What did he have? Esophageal cancer. Yeah, did he cough? Maybe he got some irritations. Maybe there was dust in his world. Maybe, lots of things. Maybe people used to put talcum powder on everything. You don't see that anymore. Do you see that talcum powder? Coughing could mean heart failure. That too. So, that too, basically. I mean, I don't believe in coughing. What do you believe in? Go find your blood pressure monitor. Let's compare. Let's compare. Why were people so interested in talking about Carney? Because he's a bad one, I think. He's not. He doesn't seem evil. He just seems like Keir Starmer. He's just someone who's like a Manchurian candidate. He's just told what to do. Maybe they're going to come after me for saying these horrible things. Do you think they will? Will they come after you for saying horrible things? Maybe. Maybe they're going to say this. So that's my question. I'm taking the pills. I'm going to probably take the pills for a few more days, and then I'm going to stop. Hold on a second. My pants are bumped up against my balls. Oh my God. Lewis has got a dumbbell, and that's not just... no, we love Anna. That's very funny, Sam. I got a dumbbell, but I don't lift it enough. I used to lift it enough. Maybe I should lift it a bit more. Coffee could mean smoking or vaping. Yeah, right. Right. But you could just cough on your own. You say, I feel like I got something in my throat. And next thing you know, you're coughing. A big bag of mini twirls and a huge Red Bull. What does that mean? That means to pick it up. At my local park, you can get a litter picker and a bag for your walk around it. Is that true? Is that true? Because I'd like to get a litter picker. I pick it up with my hands. I don't watch TV, but my mom watches Gogglebox, right? And could you imagine Lewis on it? Yeah, that would be good fun. I guess it would be. I mean, I'm underused, but you appreciate me, and I appreciate you. You need bigger pants. It could be that. I'm wearing boxers. I used to wear the tight pants, but I wear boxers. Goggle box is brilliant. Or a kilt, maybe a kilt, but then you'll see my. Okay, I love that feeling, Lewis Schaffer. When the pants bite the balls and you put them on free. Ooh, heaven. Yeah, could be. Can't dance in those pants. No ballroom. Old joke, funny. Mac, you're on it. Okay. Lewis, you are incorrigible. What am I encouraging? Or is that unencourageable? Are you encouraging me? Yeah, you tell me to do something. I'll think about it. I won't do it, but I'll think about it. Some people get lucky with illnesses. They do all the wrong things and live into their 90s. Yeah, because all those wrong things are not wrong. That's the answer to that. When they'll say to you, don't smoke cigarettes. Maybe cigarettes aren't that bad for you. Maybe it's cigarettes with a certain kind of food or cigarettes coughing. Who knows? It isn't just cigarettes. Maybe it is. Ask your doctor. I was doing what Gogglebox does decades before them. Chocolate can make you cough. I have a litter picker. Yeah, chocolate can make you cough because they're toxic seeds. I didn't invent all of this stuff. But ask your doctor. Ask the doctor. Look at the lady who played Dot Cotton. Fair play to her. Yeah, she lived till 95 years old. And she was a very heavy smoker. But she was rail thin. She was rail thin. Okay? It wasn't a lie from what I've been told. I've heard personally. It wasn't, Ask your mate, the lit doc from GB's. He's got great TV connections, I bet. It means I should ask Andrew Doyle, because he's got a literature doctorate. Yeah. I'm not saying you should smoke. You shouldn't smoke because it's a drug. You shouldn't smoke. But, women will never know the pleasure of No. No, they know other things. Women know the pleasure of taking their bra off or adjusting their bra. So it's the same thing. Dot Cotton was a legend. She DJ'd at my local nightclub while I was next to her as I knew the manager. Happy days. Yeah, when was this? How many years ago was this? She became famous late in life, Dot Cotton. You won't know about the bra. And you won't know about the bra. They're not going to sit there and say, oh my God, my bra is killing me. I know lots of girls who do that. Those are the girls that I normally hang out with. Don't forget, women have trouble with our flaps, and they do need a scratch too. Okay, Lorna, I've written it down that Lorna needs a scratch of her flap, and I am going to scratch her. Incorrigible, that's the correct way of spelling it, not incorrigible. Okay, could be incorrigible, that's another one. I tell you what, people are doing some great answers to these things. And Slumbert isn't even English, and he's coming up with the really good words. Hold on a second. Let me see what it says. I need to get better glasses to incorrigible. Incorrigible. Swing low, sweet chariots. Comfort to carry me home. Comfort. No, it's come forth. But that's good. That's good. I get the joke. That's good. Set them free. Oh, yes. Bra and knickers off. And having a scratch. Yeah, thank you very much. Everybody, all the guys here, let's close our eyes and think of Leanne having a scratch down there with her bra and her panties off. Okay. And Kinsey is enjoying even hearing that. There you go. My birthday is on National No Bra Day. True. Well, we don't need to have bras. We don't need to have bras if we don't get fat with the high carb, high estrogen diet, do we? I don't think we do. I don't think we need to. Can you guys hear me? I'm sorry, Lorna says. I'm sorry, I'm disgusting. Laugh out loud. You are disgusting. You are. But, there you go. I went away for 20 minutes, and now I'm back reading about women taking their underwear off. What happened? Ha ha. Well, we got some good women here. We got some women who are not they can do lots of things that they shouldn't do, and I'm not going to get mad at them. I went away for 12. Okay, that's what you say. Good job, my grandson has just gone. Okay, what is the name of AF have I just listened to? What in the name of AF have I just listened to? Yeah, no, because I was talking how my that hurt. I shouldn't have even mentioned it. And other people said I'm a girl and I hurt. No, I suggested that because I'm sympathetic to women and what they're doing down there, and they can have pains too with the underwears and the panties. I was thinking of offering that as a service, but didn't think there would be any takers. Offering what? What? Okay. What's happened to only comment about blood pressure? We spoke for 5 minutes about that. Now we're on something else. Do you want to speak about blood pressure? We'll talk more about it. I take pills every single day. I suggest nipple daisies. What is a nipple daisy? What is a nipple daisy? I like taking my socks off. Gutted, Chris. It was for you. 2% sympathetic. Yeah. I'm 4%. The truth is, I'm 4% agreeable. I'm 4% agreeable. See if I can find that. So you're saying, am I sympathetic? Well, they don't ask for sympathy, but they do say agreeableness. So I'm only 4% agreeableness. Lewis, I've smoked or ingested marijuana since 15. It kept me sane. Gave me heart attacks, but it kept me sane. Have you had heart attacks? Remember, you're also 64. Have you had heart attacks? We spoke for 5 minutes about it, and Lewis slept for 5 minutes. Yeah, but we're in the middle of a break, and now we're back. We're getting more life back in us because we were talking about blood pressure. Maybe that's making me a bit tired. Not you. It's making me a bit tired. Okay, so Reuben, you smoked pot. I think smoking pot. I think pot is. I don't know. Is pot bad for you? I'm not sure. Just changing my mind, Lorna. Chris King says. 51 likes, 45 people watching. But probably there'll be 200 people in the chat at the end of all this. Simon Arnold says he keeps his socks on. Very shy. I wish I understood all these jokes. I'm just coming across as being not that bright. Okay. Bras and knickers or the lack of has woken you up. How strange. Yeah, I'm a pervert. Can you tell that I'm a pervert? I am. Attic Brillon. I never wore bra. Am I missing the experience? First of all, are you a girl or are you a boy? Is this your first time in this thing? Is that really your name? Attic Brillon. What you should do is we'll find out is that name. We had a post lady who never wore a bra. She tucked her paps in her apple catcher bag knickers. Apple catcher big knickers. Okay. Lorna says, we had a post lady who never wore a bra. She tucked her paps into her apple catcher big knickers. I don't know what an apple catcher is. We're speaking a foreign language and Lewis Schaffer understands it. I hope not in the bedroom. Simon, that's a no-no. Keep your socks on surefire way to make a woman walk out of the room. Keep your socks on. You know what? Do your feet smell? The reason your feet smell is because A, you're eating a high carb diet, right? Okay? High carb. This has been a bit tortury. Number one. That's why. If my feet don't itch anymore, but if I eat high carbs for a week or so, they itch. Do not eat. If your Attic is a guy. Yeah, so I was making a joke. You have never worn a bra. Okay, I got the joke. Where are you from? Where you from, Attic? Where you from and are you fat? Over the shoulder, boulder holder. I actually have good feet. Women love. Someone's at the door. Who could that be? Oh my God. Don't let anybody in. They're going to come in and take away your stuff. Who is it? Hold on. That could be the police. Find out. It could be a whatchamacallit, Columbus. You can't trust them. Have you become the police, Carnegie? Huh? Have you become the police? Yeah, can you lock the door? Can you lock it? What do you mean? I don't know. I just thought the police were here. You want to come and sit with us? You can't. That's Carnegie. That's Carnegie. Thanks for coming. Oh, you're looking great. It is the police. No, it's not the police. I thought it was the police. It's just my son.
FBI, open up!
Yeah, well, what do we do when the police come?
We tell them we're not Jews.
We're not Jews.
But we have money.
But do we have money?
No, we don't.
We don't have money. If you guys want to donate money to me, you can go to Patreon, Lewis Schaffer, or you can...
You set it up.
Yeah, I set that up. I set that up because I knew you were mentioning.
Give him money. He is broke.
It's not off-com. No, it's because...
He is broke.
I am broke. I am broke. Let him sue me. Maybe they'll take the house away from me. Okay. Oh, my God. He's genuinely afraid the police are coming. Yeah, I am...
I don't think they would want to take the house.
Well, you know, because we were told, I was told that they were going to come in. This is my son, Carnegie. Attic.
Hello, everyone.
We got a new listener here, Attic. You're in Kent. Body for administration. What does that mean? I've got a body for administration. So no, because I made a joke about a group of people, and they said that that's a hate crime. And
I made a joke today.
Don't make any jokes. You're too young to make jokes. You're too jokes. There was somebody at the door. That's another song. Somebody knocking at the door. Come and let him in.
You're so old.
Okay.
What have you been talking about?
We've been talking about...
I'm not telling the joke.
Whether I should take blood pressure pills. Thank you, Lorna. You got a Bonnie-looking son. What does that mean, Bonnie-looking son? What does that mean, Bonnie-looking son?
I have no clue.
Yes, you do. You've been called that.
No, I haven't.
Nobody said to you, oh, Carnegie's, he's Bonnie-looking.
No, I've never heard
It's
that
Scottish.
in my life.
It's Scottish.
I've never heard that in my life.
Your mother never told that to you.
No, she hasn't.
You've been to England relentlessly. Your mother
I've
never
lived in England.
Not England, I mean Britain. He doesn't understand.
Who gives...
Happy July 4th, Alan Williams. The joke is on Discord. You can put anything you want to on Discord. I think we're allowed freedom. We've been talking about balls, blood pressure, and bras, or not in that order.
Okay.
Okay.
Not in that order.
He could write the joke. So what have I missed? Is it his pizza delivery guy? I don't have pizza as much as I know.
This was
you said
so long ago.
this was yesterday. Is it yesterday?
No, this was just now.
What was now?
It's the pizza delivery guy. No, you just...
No, because I was afraid. I was afraid that we could get arrested. If someone comes to the door, do not let them in.
Don't
and say
lock the door.
I lock the door because
I don't have the key for that door.
If the door is locked,
don't lock the you can leave it open. You're like both here.
I don't want the police to come and then pull it open.
What, the police don't give a fuck about you.
Don't curse, Carnegie. They do care.
It's fine.
Do they care? People who are listening.
No one cares about you.
Do they care about
if
somebody makes a complaint and says somebody said a hate crime? Could the police come? Could the police come?
Yeah, but I don't think you're that famous to like.
Yes, maybe. It's not even about fame. Lucy Connolly wasn't famous.
Who's that?
This Ruben saying no. You don't even know. So how can you be sure that you know what you're talking about? I don't even know who Lucy Connolly is. He's handsome. Paul McCartney. Right. Why don't you lock on the door? Paul McCartney. He was great. He was great. He was great. He wasn't as great as John Lennon, but was Paul McCartney as great as John Lennon?
I don't know who these people are.
Who's
Is this the Beatles?
The Beatles, yeah.
Okay.
He's pretending he doesn't know. I hate you. Is that a crime? Is it a crime? Yes, the police could come, Archie Kloom says. Yeah. Let's say yes, laughing sound, and yes, the police could come for a non-crime. It's called a non-crime hate incident. How can there be a non-crime hate incident?
It's bullshit. Like everything's bullshit nowadays. It's so PC. It sucks. We're born in the wrong year, Dad. We're old souls. Me and you.
Are you an old soul?
Oh yeah, me and you. Go way back.
I saw you at work today. I walked past when I was walking.
Come in and say hi.
I don't want to. It's embarrassing to me.
It's not embarrassing. Dad, normally you mention how I'm on the fucking
Don't
side
curse. We're not
It
cursing.
doesn't matter.
It does matter. I don't think you understand. It does matter. I'm asking you not to do it again.
Then move over.
Not to do it again.
Why are you so mad? Okay, I'll say fudge.
You can say fudge. I've asked you a million times.
It's the same premise. No?
Simon says that he doubt they're going to come because they're probably too busy at the Rainbow Festival. No, don't let them in your work corner. Don't let me in. Don't let me into your
Don't
work.
let them in your.
No,
Who
don't let
who's
me
them?
in. Me, you're talking about me, because I saw you outside, and I saw the way you were walking. It was so nonchalant. Is that how you walk at work? It's like
Yeah. It's like I don't give a fuck.
like you don't care. Maybe you should pretend like you're working. That's the way Americans bar the door. That's what Archie Kloom says. Okay? No cursing. Did you see how upset I got? Could you feel how upset I got?
I saw it. Like,
Yeah.
I saw how
Don't.
upset you got.
Lennon wrote Imagine. McCartney wrote the Frog Chorus. First of all, Steve, Lewis Schaffer, Imagine is one of the worst songs ever. And I love that song. It's a globalist song. It's Imagine there's no borders. Imagine there's no people. Imagine there's no country. I believe in country. I believe in people. I believe in family. Okay? You know the lyrics. Let's see if we can find the lyrics to that song.
They want me to listen to, what's it? Go up on the thing.
What song? Frog Chorus? Here,
Go
is it here?
up. It's like Bobby something.
Bobby Brown? Is it here, this?
Which
Bobby
one?
Brown goes down.
Can we try reaction experiment? Carnegie
What is
AirPods
that?
and
What is
Bobby
that?
Brown goes down.
What is that?
If AirPods, okay, let me do it. Let me do it.
What does that mean? You sure?
They want to see me react, or Slumbert wants me to see.
He's
me.
from Denmark. They're very weird there in Denmark.
Everyone's weird. All right. I'll tell you when I'm. What's it called? Bobby Brown goes down. Bobby.
Judel says 4 people a day are arrested for social media.
Down.
Okay, it's very bad out there.
Frank Zappa. Okay.
Imagine
right.
there's no heaven. It's easy if you try.
All right.
Are you gonna do this now? Okay.
All right.
There's no way to write it down.
All right. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
What is it saying? Judels is enjoying this. I'm sorry. Is it funny? Okay, we have to talk, Carnegie. We have to talk. Okay, you listen to the rest of it later. What is the message of that? I don't even know that song. What is the message?
He's just chatting a load of bollocks.
Yeah, but it's this guy. He's super smart and
he's funny. Wait, I'm on 1:15.
Well, the people here, they want to be at least they're not entertained and spoken to. Here's what I'm saying about Imagine.
They said they've lost sound.
Yeah, I turned the sound off because I didn't want it in the background. Okay,
I didn't hardly hear it.
I don't care. Here is the rules of YouTube. They're giving it to us for free. Yes, it isn't. I can get a letter. If I get 2 letters, they'll take me off the air.
Have you gotten a letter?
Yes, they sent me a note. They said
they sent you a note.
Yes, already. They say you've gotten a strike for something that I did for playing a song that I liked.
Really?
Can you hear now? Is that better? Okay. Okay, I turned it off. Thank you very much. Do you remember the Imagine song?
Good song.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us, only sky. He's basically saying there is no God. I don't believe in God, but that's what John Lennon is saying. Now we're too loud.
Wait. But then,
Yeah.
what do you think? Like, we're in this space in the universe. We're in the universe right now, right?
Right.
Something can't be created without nothing, right?
Yes, that's true. But
not saying that.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean God created it.
Maybe not God, but maybe.
Right. So he's.
I don't know.
This is why we're against this, because he's saying
it's nice to believe
there's no God.
but it's nice to believe there's a God.
This is why we don't like.
us-
We like John Lennon and we like his early works. Amazing, amazing songs. But this song is particularly horrible. He says then imagine there's no countries like England or Israel or Canada or America.
Well, there's no such thing as a country.
There is such a thing. It isn't hard to
It's
do.
a space of land
Nothing
that
to kill or die for. And don't argue with me. Don't argue with me. And no religion too. That's what they're saying. He's saying there's no countries, but but it's okay for them to have a country. It's not okay for you to love your country, but it's okay for some other. There's
no such thing as a country.
There is a thing. We live in a country. Okay, Carnegie, you've gotten on my nerves. See, he's gotten on my nerves. You've gotten on my nerves. You can't argue with me about this, because this is what we believe in. We believe in England. Do we not believe in England?
No, but if you take away the idea of England, you just have a plot of land where we're existing. There's no such thing.
But I want you to have a home, right? Living here in England. I don't want them to say, okay, you can't have a home. We're going to give your home to somebody else. This is what the people believe in. We're fighting for this country.
So turn your mic back up.
It is up. But it's not up.
Try to turn it all the way.
Okay, how is that? Is that too loud? Maybe I'll put it over here. Can you hear us now? I hope we have a creator, but can't agree with the book that is happy to suggest it's okay to put something in a woman without asking. Sorry, not sorry. It offends. I don't know.
Which book is that?
It means the Bible. I think she means the Bible. What I'm saying this is what John Lennon is saying. And this has been basically preached into everyone's head, that you should be wrong to believe in your country. But there are people in those other countries who are coming to this country who believe in their country. Listen to the song and you might understand what Lennon is saying. I'm listening to it here. Watching the Wheels. That's another song about like being retired. Anyway. Okay, imagine all those people living life in peace, okay? You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us. It's about proselytizing this team world globalism crap, okay?
It is team world. I mean, it's not to most people, but people away from their own stupid egos. It is team world. We live in one world and people are just fucking... Sorry. People are bloody fighting. It's completely and utterly bull.
No,
I can't swear.
You better stop cursing.
I'm trying not to. I'm trying.
Right.
I've had one beer. I've had one beer.
It isn't. It isn't bull.
No, Dad. Look, I understand from your pessimistic.
Not pessimistic.
What's your
view? What view this is?
Yeah.
This is saying there are two teams in the world. There's Team Britain, which is we're looking after ourselves.
One team, anyone else.
Our kids, our family, our town, our shires and counties, okay, our country, okay, and our belief system. Maybe that's Christianity, okay, and the other team, which says, imagine no possessions.
No one has that.
Yeah,
no one
because you've been. Because this
it's
is what
not a brainwash.
This is what really. You've been brainwashed by these people. I don't want you talking like this in this house.
Which people?
You're a communist.
Communist.
That's
no.
what this is. No possessions.
I'm not talking
is
about that. I'm literally not talking about that.
Yeah, what are you saying then?
No one really. The only possession we have is our own soul. That's what we really have. You don't don't possess that.
What are
you
saying?
don't possess this house. You possess it, but it can
I
be
do
taken
possess
like,
it.
It can be taken like that.
Yes, and we
you
don't want
possess it. Then you possess it.
And so you're saying let him take it. Okay, get the fuck out. Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry. Yeah.
Hey, yeah. No swearing. No swearing in this house. Yeah. I've gotten one letter.
Yeah. Is that it's our house, and we believe in that. Believe in your country is the best advice.
No, Dad,
Believing in the government is crazy, yes, but we should have a government that represents the people. The people who are coming into other people's countries shouldn't change their way of life. The people who are coming into other people's countries shouldn't change our way of life. Is that what you're saying? Aspirin, says Chris King. Here's the point. Lewis, you should acquaint yourself with the sensational Alex Harvey band. Absolutely brilliant, as much as a post as Lennon and McCartney. Alex Harvey band. Okay, right. I'll write that down. Okay, here is the point. The point is The point is, what they want us to believe, that there is no God. And there may not be a God, but they want us to believe there is no God.
How are we here, Dad?
How are we here? Are we here because of God? Is that what you're saying?
How are we here? Just answer the question. How are we here?
We don't know how we're here.
You don't know.
Think
So it's a 50-50, right?
He's saying he's saying the complete communistic beliefs. There is no God. There's no countries. There's no possessions. There's no heaven. There's no hell.
There could be no God.
There could be no God.
There could have been a God at one point.
But I don't want John Lennon, who's telling us this communistic
I don't
belief.
want John Lennon.
I like John Lennon, but anyway, chicken or egg. Which came first?
Dad, it's just a song.
It isn't a song.
He's just trying to make money.
He's
why just saying how he feels. Like,
yeah,
Dad,
but
you say how you feel, and loads of people get onto you for that.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter at the end of the day.
Well, you know what? I was at a concert and they were screaming, FF the IDF.
No.
FF the IDF. And I say, it's just a song. It's just a song. Why are we getting upset about it? Thank God for making me an atheist, okay?
But Dad,
how would God be here? I don't believe in God, I don't think. And you can believe in God. But the fact that John Lennon...
You're not Jewish.
I'm Jewish, but I could do whatever I want to do. The fact is, this country needs belief in God. It needs religion. It needs a faith in itself. It needs a belief. Laugh out loud, Kinsey True. Lewis, you're right about everything. And there are people who know, and there are others, right. And I'm saying there are two teams, and... one team said...
That hatred mindset is not going to get
you... It isn't a hatred mindset. I'm saying we have to stand up for ourselves. For ourselves and our people. Sorry. I don't know if I've lost audience members. I'm sorry about this. Thank you very much. Keith from Bexley says, laugh out like Kinsey True. Lewis, you're right about everything. And okay, that's what he said. No heaven, no stuff, no freedom. Because you all have to comply. That's what Wattenai says. That's what.
Yeah, maybe.
That's why John Lennon is a huge fan.
Of you?
No, that's why the globalists, the Team World people, okay, the left-wing people love John Lennon.
I understand why you have this mindset.
I don't think you do.
No, I do. I've seen it. I've literally seen
what have you seen?
The other side, just hating. Can men become women?
No,
not really.
It's not about men. It has to do, well, in part, but Carnegie, can men become women? That's another question. Okay, he's not going to answer that question.
I just answered it.
Has gone up since Carnegie arrived. Would have been less stress for you if it was the police. Yeah, I think I would have been less I'm stressed out that the police are coming. I mean,
you need to relax, Dad. Relax. Understand that other people have opinions.
Yes, but I'll tell you what stresses out people.
What?
Is I'm stressed out about something, and you're saying, "Oh, you shouldn't be stressed out." You never say that to people. If you have a belief,
I never. When did I say
you do? You're stressing it out now. You're stressing it out now. Anyway, watch a men, not really. Okay, so this has been our show. Do you have anything else to say?
Oh.
How was work today? Was work today all right?
Oh, work was terrible. That's about it.
Was it bad? You didn't seem like... Do you walk like that on purpose?
Yeah.
Like
I strut around.
Like just to calm people down or just to look cool?
No, it's like I treat it as a catwalk.
Catwalk, okay.
That's all I do. I just look pretty.
Is that right? And do they give you money?
Yeah.
They do. Okay, good. Okay.
How was your work, Dad?
This is my work. It doesn't feel like work. It feels like I'm just sitting here waiting for the police to come.
What if you get swatted?
Yeah. I mean, that's what it is. It is swatted. Yeah. Somebody calls them up and says, "This guy offended me," and they say, "Well, we've got to go check it out." Isn't that what it is when the police come, guys?
Have you done your blood pressure on the line?
Yeah. I've been taking blood pressure pills.
He does it at the home all the time. He gets me to take it as well.
Yeah. Well, why wouldn't I get you to take it? I want to know, how you're doing. How you doing?
So can we do it?
You can do it right here. Here it is. You want to measure your blood pressure?
Has anyone paid you any money?
People have given me some
Which side,
money.
left or right?
Right, left side. Hold on. Okay, do you know how to put it on?
Yeah.
Okay, we've got Movement by Roots Maneuver and all this stuff. We're talking about music and things. I was brought up on Team World until I realized nearly no one else was. I am a kind, honest, loving person who wants what's best for everyone, but everyone has to be like that for it to work. Yeah, but unfortunately, people aren't like
And
that.
don't lose your hope.
No,
don't lose your hope.
Leanne has lost her hope. That's what she's saying. The day the police come for Lewis, it will be 2 female coppers just to make sure he goes with them. Yeah, be careful. You're pulling the thing out.
It's fine.
Put your thing over here.
It doesn't matter where it is.
Okay, just take a deep breath. Through your nose. Through your nose. Yeah, you don't realize that we are brought up with Team World. We are. That this song, which is a great song, and I listen to it all the time, I've listened to it for over 50 years. From 1971, we all have listened to it. Is basically saying that you're wrong to love your country. But someone's coming into your home and saying you shouldn't have your country. Don't talk, please. Yeah, there it is. It's 130. It's 133 over 69 at 69 beats a minute.
Is that good or bad?
You should do it again. You should do it again.
Is that good or bad?
Is that good or bad? Yeah, it's good. It's good. I mean, your pulse. It's good. Carnegie has a spiky barnet like Sid Vicious. He cut his hair off, but his hair is growing.
Yeah.
The ideal.
It looks a bit crazy now. It's going to turn into a porcupine.
Okay, lucky lad, take it again.
Take it again.
You're not. It's not. You're not putting it on. No. This goes over here. This goes over
like here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's got this piece here has to go right there. Feel it right in the middle. Yeah, there you go.
Bombakla.
Okay, put your arm over here. Okay, breathe through the nose. Everyone relax. Okay. It's a sad state of affairs, but as you get older, you realize you've been pumped full of shite, and most of it isn't real. It's just to keep you online, and for the rich and the powerful to keep all their trinkets. Yeah. And what this song says basically is, it says basically, it's the new version of this. It's the globalist version. It's saying don't love your country, don't love your family, don't love your kids. Everybody's alike, everybody's the same. Conform. Okay, 128 over 65. It's 128 over 65.
Is that good or bad?
That's very good. That's very good. But it says very good.
Is that?
Well, that's good enough. They don't know. People, they don't really know. It's not abnormal. Don't worry about it. But if you eat bad stuff...
Look, I understand the world has gone to shit and it has been...
Can we
Sorry.
Yeah.
The world has gone to complete and utter peril. I understand that. Like, there obviously are sides. But if you take away the mindset of that...
Yeah, what will happen? If you stop having a side.
Enlightenment.
If you stop having a side, when they have a side, what do you do?
I have no sides, but if they have
What
a side,
do you do?
I'm going
You
to
don't have a
protect
side.
myself.
You don't have a side. You want me not to have a side?
One beer. One beer.
One beer. That's not good. I'm not happy with it. He's 22 years old, so he's old enough to have a beer. And he's English. Okay, I'm going to measure my blood pressure.
You didn't put it on wrong. All right.
Okay, I've got to keep on going. This didn't register. Oh, yeah, and I'm angry at my son. I shouldn't be angry at him. I'm angry at him. No finger monitors. It doesn't do the same thing.
Yeah. Wait.
Okay. All right. I think.
Does that mean because I drunk? Does that mean anything?
It might mean something. I would not worry about it. I would not worry about it. They might put you on high blood pressure pills if you go in there. 133 in America. Yeah. What was your cholesterol? Are you on statins? Who, me or he's not taking those. Thank God. Thank God. Okay. See, I got very upset at my son because he's been surrounded by this, this globalist mentality led by John Lennon.
It's not a mentality. There's no such thing as a mentality.
You don't think it is. I'm telling you, here is a song that people go, oh my God, that's such a great song. But what is the song actually saying? It's saying, do not love your country, do not love your family, do not love your religion.
Know that you have no proper attachment.
Yes.
But you don't understand what that means.
I do. They're saying give up. So they want you to give up. But meanwhile, our enemies are coming here. They are here. They are here.
And they're going to suffer a worse fate.
No, they're not. They're eating us alive right now because of this. Am I right about that? He's allowed a different opinion. He was raised by his mother. Yeah. It's a great song, but my kids loved Baby Shark. What is that? Is that another song? Love them both.
I know
what do you
Baby
miss?
Shark.
Is that a song? Simon Arnold shaves. Your hair's grown very fast.
It is.
It's gone very fast. There was a comment that said they didn't like that the side of your head didn't look that good.
Thanks.
Lennon shafted Frank Zappa. That's what I've read about. Okay. This has basically been our show. We've been together. I want to thank you for listening to this show. How did this show compare to yesterday?
I'm not singing it.
What? How did this show compare to yesterday? Was it all right? Okay. And he was raised by his Auntie Mimi. Yeah, he was very angry. He was angry. I was angry. Yeah, maybe kind of similar. Your mother's been like an aunt to you. Actually, been an aunt. Okay.
She's been a mother.
So you've been just like a mother to me. I once said that to my mother. Thank you for coming to the show. We'll see you tomorrow. Well, what time Saturday tomorrow? Thank you. Maybe we should meet. Maybe we should do it earlier in the day, 4 or 5. Okay. Yeah, because the pills. I might stop taking. What are we gonna have for dinner tonight? You want to have steak and eggs for dinner?
Steak and eggs, yeah.
Okay. All right, we can have that. What are you guys having? Sing at Carnegie. We'll talk more about that. We're getting off the thing. Where are you going?
To the shop.
To the shop.
Where are you going, Columbus?
Don't mention his name. We're not mentioning his name.
Columbus Schaffer.
Don't mention his fucking name.
They know your surname.
I'm gonna fucking hit you in the head.
Swearing.
I'm gonna hit you in the head. If I say something and we're on the thing here, you have to obey me.
What are you getting?
Food.
What food? I'm curious.
For myself.
Yeah, what food?
Green eggs and ham. I love that.
She's
Okay, Attic. Carnegie, listen to your father, says Attic Brillon. Okay, thank you very much for joining. Everybody, if you can do this, can you subscribe to this? Can you whatever it's called, subscribe? Can you like the program? Can we see you tomorrow? This has been the worst show that we've done. This has been the worst show because I feel like I've tortured both my children on this one. Both my children.
Normally just one.
Both my children. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Joe. Let's say goodbye to everybody. Name the names here. I'm just gonna say goodbye.
Okay, wait.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you guys. This has been wonderful.
Wonderful. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.